Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, Matt Baines, we're watching along 1999 Backlash, baby. We're going back to the Attitude Era. Hey, it's Scott Barrett, and you're back with the burning truth. And I'm joined once again by my partner in crime. You can't have the Attitude Era without the attitude of Matt Baines, everybody.
Love you. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Sorry, I'll say it one more time. With Matt Baines, everybody. And stop. Do a bit of applause there, mate. No problem. How are you? Okay?
I'm not too bad. Not too bad. Feeling a bit rough over the weekend. Got a few bruises, but we can discuss that potentially.
Wrestling. We can talk about that as the show goes on, Matt Baines. Of course, we can. Excited tonight, though. We're here for a 1999 watch along. This will be the third one we've done this year. We did St. Valentine's Day Massacre. We did WrestleMania 15, and now on to Backlash 1999. And this was actually, you know, we've timed it because we're on the road to Backlash now, as we speak, on April 28th, live and in living color. We're on the road to a potential John Cena Randy Orton match. But I wanted to get back in the Wayback Machine because this is actually the first ever Backlash event. Did you know that, Matt Baines?
Yes, I did. And it's also one with out of the recent watch-alongs, this actually has probably the most heat shows that we've actually had on the watch-along.
Oh, there you go then. I think the other thing I'd like to mention, Matt Baines, if you don't mind me saying, is how fabulously you all lit.
Oh, I know. I noticed. You know, I do. You know, it does look really glorious, doesn't it? But I will say, all credit has to go to not myself. It goes to Scott.
Yeah, well, I've finally lit your little studio there, where you are in the world, which is good. And now we can
hang on. In case if anybody wants to know how it used to be, ready? There you go.
We can hardly see you.
Illuminate.
Right, yeah. Lumos.
Lumos.
How does Matt Baines? How does the watch along work?
Well, before we get to that though, important question to ask. Scott, how are you?
I get surprised every time you start that. I'm thinking, oh my God, he's going off script. And then I remember that you always ask how I am. I'm okay, you know. It was a big weekend of wrestling for us. Really excited about it. You know, we've got loads to talk about as we go on. You know, United Wrestling based in the Midlands and North Wales, going from strength to strength, I think. And loads to talk about there, I suppose. What else is going on in my world?
My world.
Self. No, we're all good. I think it's just time to get on with Backlash, Matt Baines. Tell us how we do it.
Dead easy. You get your Backlash 1999 ready on Peacock, Netflix, DVD, or however you want to watch. Cue it up to the very start of the event, and when we count down 3, 2, 1, play. Hit play at the same time as us. From there, we'll guide you through every match with live reactions, insights, and some classic wrestling trivia.
Classic wrestling trivia. I like that. Very nice. So yeah, whether you're watching on Netflix, Peacock, the WWE Network, DVD, or on an old VHS, just make sure you press play at the same time as us. If you haven't already, press pause now and go and sort that out. Press pause on us to go and press play on your feed and then come back to us. And what we'll do is, like Matt Baines says, we'll count down 3, 2, 1, and we'll press play. Ready on your end, Matt Baines?
Just 2 seconds. Just get in there. Literally, it almost tried to play the one of the most recent ones on me. I'm ready.
Matt Baines is ready. I'm ready. I think we should just go 3,
2,
1,
play.
And the clock on the screen that you can see just there will help you with where we are on on the watch along. You just stay synced up with us, just here. That's right. And yeah, you can stay synced with us as we get this classic WWF Attitude opening video. I do want to take this opportunity, Matt, actually, just to say that if you want to follow us on all the social medias, all you got to do is type in the Burning Truth wherever you enjoy your socials, and look for this championship belt above me, above Matt Burns, and behind Matt Burns, and you'll be able to follow us all with all the fun stuff that we do. And the story of this is the rematch Matt Burns between Rock and Austin. So,
Oh yeah,
Austin beat The Rock at the end of WrestleMania 15. And since then, the story's been that Austin wants the Smoking Skull belt.
he wants his championship belt.
Yeah, he wants his championship belt.
But it's certainly interesting because the main event is absolutely an interesting match. It's very entertaining. Nevertheless,
The Rock's had this Smoking Skull championship belt in the build up to this, and in fact, he rehashed the spot that they did when they had the Intercontinental title, and they threw it into the Mississippi River.
Yeah,
was it the Mississippi River? They threw it into a river anyway.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, with this one, didn't this one also include Austin going into the river?
Yeah, maybe. And Vince has been pretty much absent from this since WrestleMania, to the point now where Shane McMahon's been leading the corporation, and it's Shane McMahon that's really pushing for The Rock to defeat Austin for the title and bring the title back to the corporation on this show. We've also got that overarching story of the Ministry of Darkness going on. Characters at the time, we've still got the New Age Outlaws, X-Pac, and Triple H recently turned on DX to join the corporation with China. We've got Kane out there doing stuff. We've got an absolutely massive and stacked roster right now, full of absolute legends. As Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler welcome us to Backlash 99.
Oh yeah, and the good thing about this is you can tell it's the classics, the classic 1999 venues, because as much as you can have a Titantron, it's got a certain steady, but it's got more. The entranceway's got more of an elevation, more items around it.
Personality,
more.
Anti. Each of these
yeah,
have personality.
And what a great way to start off Backlash.
Here's what I notice every time I watch these shows.
Go on.
Here come the Brood. Is that if you look at the crowd, it's all signs. Nobody's watching it through a video phone.
Weird, isn't it? You wouldn't have thought. That's what I'm saying. Different times.
Here come Brood, not the Brood. Brood.
Just Brood.
Just Brood.
Just Brood. Just Brood.
Brood.
Even though it's
Brood. A very young Edge or Cope, a very young Christian Cage, and Gangrel was their mentor in this group. Obviously, doing the whole vampire bit.
The weird thing about this match is Do you know who they're against?
I don't. I'm going to be surprised.
You know what? I'm not going to say anything because it's a bit of a weird matchup. I will say, if you look at the sort of gimmick and styles.
And I don't think it was long after this, or it might have even been before. I'm not sure exactly the timeline, but the Brood get kicked out of the ministry quite early, from what I remember. Oh right, yeah, that's what this is then. So here come the APA.
Pretty much.
So it's happened around this time. I almost remember 1999 like it was yesterday.
So, well,
amazing to think it was 25, 26 years ago.
Yeah. Many people thought that this was considered the Ministry of Darkness, but it's not. It's, the Acolytes and Midian. But they are part, but they are members of the Ministry of Darkness, but it's down on the actual books as the Acolytes and Midian.
Yeah.
But prior to this, just to speed through, Heat We had Nicole Bass and Val Venus defeating D'Lo Brown and Ivory in a mixed tag team match.
Wow.
1 minute and 43 seconds.
Probably 1 minute and 43 seconds too long.
Wait for it. We've then got Droz and Prince Albert defeating Too Much, Brian Christopher and Scott Taylor in a tag team match of 1 minute and 9 seconds.
That's probably about right.
We then have Kane defeating Big Boss Man with Test in his corner in a singles match in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And the main event of Heat is Viscera defeating Test with Big Boss Man in his corner at 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
So the ministry are battering through the corporation at this point then.
It looks like it.
Christian's so quick at this point in his career. I think it's forgotten how quick he was.
You do.
Because he became a much slower, main event, almost heavyweight wrestler. I think people forget about, how quick he was to begin with. If he'd have been in WCW, he'd have been a cruiserweight.
Oh, definitely. But bear in mind, when he was ever interacting with Austin, he had his nickname of CLB. And what CLB?
Yeah, you can't tease us.
Let's say this. I apologize for the language because it's Steve Austin. You creepy little bastard.
That's the language alarm.
Love it. He literally just went.
Doubles up as the banger alarm.
Yeah. I'll repeat it again. He just goes, "You creepy little bastard."
I apologize for Matt Bins and his language.
I apologize.
Here we go. Bradshaw putting Gangrel in the corner, absolutely battering him,
laying the shots in.
What a hoss!
He's hossing him.
You've got a touch of the acolyte Bradshaw about you tonight, Matt Bins. The beard and long hair.
Not aiming for it, but I do throw a meaty clothesline.
Not mad about it.
Not mad about it. Some people might be. I'm not.
And we're still reeling from the aftermath of WrestleMania 41 as we speak. Matt Baines, we just had the Raw after Mania, the SmackDown after Mania. We did our WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 reviews. I was surprised actually when I've watched some other reviews, etc., that some people really didn't enjoy either night of the show and thought the whole thing was a bit of a letdown.
Even though technically it actually made money.
It definitely made money, but I think just the quality of it was in question. Yeah, I mean, it was the most profitable WrestleMania ever.
Yeah. The weird thing about it is what I find with it is a lot of people are quick to jump onto it and sit there saying, "Oh, it's not the biggest spectacle or everything." It's like, well, I'm sorry, but nothing personal. But lace a pair of boots up and get in the ring, then turn around and sit there and say, "Oh, maybe they might not want to be wrecking themselves 24/7."
The Rock's been saying some weird stuff, though, eh?
Yeah.
So, first was the thing about he didn't feel he needed to be there for the story, which I couldn't disagree more with really. Then I think he took a bit of a dig at Triple H by saying he was talking about the creative and said, well, if you want to, if you think you could do better, you need to get in the room with me, Brian, Cody, and everyone else. Almost not mentioning Triple H by name, which I thought was a bit, if he's the head of creative, just.
Yeah, from what I've gathered, what I find so funny about it is Triple H's original plan for WrestleMania sounded really good if you actually know what it was.
Go on.
Because the original plan was for the actual turn of John Cena not happen at Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
For it to actually happen at WrestleMania. For it to be the actual reason for him winning the 17th. Which would have made WrestleMania, that would have created a moment.
Yeah, it would, but, moments in main events where babyfaces turn heel doesn't necessarily go well at WrestleMania. We saw that
Yeah.
at 17, right?
Yes.
You know,
But it's Cena.
yeah.
It could have worked. Well, it worked at Elimination Chamber, but so I think it could have been spectacle. Now, the only reason why it ended up changing is because the head of TKO Holdings wanted to make Elimination Chamber a spectacle, and the only way you could think of was for.
I'm going to throw a flag on that. Then. I mean, for the Rock to say something as stupid in an interview, and I do think it's stupid. It's stupid to say. I think that I got a call because Elimination Chamber tickets weren't selling as well as they could. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, this company that I own, or that I'm part owner of, and that I'm on the board for, it's not doing very well. So it needs me. It felt like dick swinging to me, Matt Burns.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. It felt like I want everybody to know that I'm the final boss, and we only sell tickets if I'm there. Yeah, bit shit.
Nothing personal. I was going to be watching it anyway because Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I think they would have sold out no matter what. I don't think it made too much difference that The Rock was there. If I'm totally honest, maybe that's wrong. Maybe somebody approved me wrong, but I just don't see it.
Well, the only way you can get proved wrong is if you saw the ticket sales from before The Rock was announced to when Rock was announced, and if it went, oh, Rock's announced, what?
Yeah, but even so, you don't know that tickets wouldn't have sold then anyway. There's no true way of knowing, is there?
No, that's what I'm saying. There is no real true way because it might have just gone anyway, even if The Rock wasn't there. So unless we've got some
into the corner here to make the tag to Gangrel or Christian, and Midian cuts him off there with a big knee drop.
Pretty much, and looks like he's about to do a double axe handle. Ooh. A very young Edge there with long hair.
Yeah. Very. Just trying to find my notes on The Rock, because I did make extensive notes throughout the week just because of how ridiculous it was.
Well, there is one topic I did want to cover, and it actually links with WrestleMania from night one. We now know that the master of the Yeet, the Yeet Meister,
Yeetamania,
Jey Uso is the World Heavyweight Champion.
He is. Defeated Gunter. Very good. Very good.
Now, that was great. The aftermath of that, I was at one point questioning and what they were doing with Gunter on Raw. With the whole arguing with Michael Cole and Pat McAfee and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, are they going to down the direction of Gunter versus Pat McAfee or something? What's going on there?
Maybe I almost saw this as a possibility of getting Wade Barrett back in the ring.
It is potentially. However, it's unfortunately all been spoiled. We know why.
Go on.
Basically, he has been suspended, but but it was more or less to get some time off. So they wanted to have a reason to have him off television because he wanted to book some time off.
To do that. Yeah, okay. I still think they've got to pay it off when he comes back, though.
Oh, no, they do need to pay it off. So it's either going to be Pat McAfee or, like you said, Wade Barrett. But
yeah,
that's it.
I don't think that's against the odds either.
That can only be Wade Barrett, as if straight after the suspension, he's automatically transferred to SmackDown.
Well, no, not even that. But if Pat McAfee's going to be off TV for a few weeks now, presumably because he got choked out by Gunter, who always replaces Pat McAfee? Wade Barrett. So then when he comes back, maybe you have both on commentary that night, or you just have Wade in the building. And if he goes for Pat again, Wade comes out and makes the save. That's the...
Just goes to Gunter. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Boom. Ball hammer. Is that what he called it? The bullhammer.
The bullhammer.
Yeah, I just think the whole. I found my notes now. I just think the whole. The Rock thought the story should have been all about John Cena and the 17, which didn't make any sense either because they had Travis Scott come out.
Yeah. That's what I thought was a bit of the annoying bit. It was the fact that you had Travis Scott come out, but no Rock. Now, if the Rock's not turning up, just don't have Travis Scott there. Enough said. Done. But anyway, back to the watch along. We've got Christian giving the 10 punches to Bradshaw. It's all chaos on the outside, and never mind. Good night, Christian.
Gangrel breaks it up.
I will say the powerbomb looked very reminiscent of what happened on Saturday.
And then
just a bit of
the thing then, sorry about The Rock, is following the interviews, etc., the comments that he's made. He's been accused of throwing Triple H under the bus, and the Rock's come back again and said something even more strange. So he said, I'll quote him here: "Hi, Dave. The business is a complete work. Always has been. Always will be. Every aspect of it, every match, every interview. Please join me, Cody, Cena, Bryan, and the rest of us for our creative discussions so that you can expand your perspective. Until then, stop ranting. It's not healthy, my friend. Enjoy the show. Yes, tell Bubba I have Grand Mariner and Hush Puppies for all of us." And then he said on the Pat McAfee show, he just wanted to step back into the shadows following the Elimination Chamber to put the spotlight on Cody Rhodes. I don't get it. I don't get what The Rock's doing here. I don't know how this makes money, how it improves the show. I don't get what he's doing as an owner.
Well, in light of the watch along, the first match has just ended with a clothesline from hell from Bradshaw.
Where did Viscera come from?
From completely from the entranceway and absolutely obliterated others. Behind the referee's back.
Dragging that smoking skull belt.
Oh, the disrespect.
Here we got Hogaholic. This is Al Snow 3. Is this number 3? Is this the second one we've watched?
I think this is about the second or third.
Billy Gunn's obviously left this little trio from the match at WrestleMania. Which
so he's left the menage a trois.
Yeah. 2 months ago at St. Valentine's Day Massacre, we watched this. Alcoholic win that championship.
2 months ago, yeah.
And last Monday, boom. Bob Holly finally got himself some head.
Well, that's a fair whack.
And this is Hardcore Championship, but before the 24/7 rule.
Yes. It was.
Yeah.
Because was it Crash Holly who brought it in?
Yeah, it was around that time, wasn't it? Okay. Another bit of business that I want to talk about, Matt Baines. This is totally unrelated to what we've been talking about so far, but it's something I'm genuinely interested in. This week on SmackDown, Chelsea Green lost the US title to Zelina Vega.
Not happy.
You're not happy?
Not happy.
I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to Chelsea Green.
Why? What's going on?
I just don't feel it was the right move. I just feel as though, have you done that because of who ironically debuts immediately after that match? Or did nobody notice that?
What?
She won the championship, and immediately after that, we had the Miz segment. Aleister Black.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I saw that because there's Zelina Vega and Aleister Black. Yeah, okay, I get it. You're going to have to speak in more plain language to me than that, Matt Baines. It's late at night. Stop talking in riddles.
What's going to be next? What's going to be next? She's going to be changing the name from Zelina Vega to Selena Black.
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, Chelsea Green sent a tweet out following the show just saying, "Goodbye for now, WWE. This is my farewell address. So,
I may have to look into this.
we don't know what's happening with Chelsea Green now. But she wasn't very happy about being left off WrestleMania 41 by all accounts.
Well, you can't exactly blame her, can you?
I mean, there's 2 nights to get on and she couldn't get on. So,
You know, we've got people even saying, forget The Rock. WWE's booking of Chelsea Green is the real problem.
Alcohol in the green tights versus Al Snow in his Job Squad gear.
Certainly interesting.
What about the new wrestling project which has been launched today, Matt Burns?
The new wrestling project?
Have you not seen this today? So, 2025 has been quite a year for one Hulk Hogan. So January 6th, he appeared on Raw and got booed out of the building. A month later, he was subject to a lawsuit for American-made beer from his ex-wife, Linda. His daughter says that he's been physically and verbally abusing her since childhood. And then today, April 28th, a few months later, Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan posted a new NWO-style vignette on social media, which opened with a bit of a tip of the hat to Scott Hall. And in the clip, they both sort of quoted Heath Ledger's Joker, saying that they know who Hogan is, but they don't know why he's here. Hogan and Bischoff said they're going to slice and dice the world of professional wrestling, boasted about how they've already changed the industry once before, and the long-term friends have teased the involvement of a third man. Who is the third man? Yeah, I'm not sure what is happening with Hogan and Bischoff, whether it's something in the podcast space, whether it's something, YouTube, or maybe something on an actual wrestling show. We're not sure, but in the next couple of weeks, we're probably going to get loads more info on what Hogan and Bischoff are up to, and who is the third man.
You never know with them pair. It can be anybody.
A Hogan podcast, though, it'll be terrible because he talks nothing but utter bullshit. But it'll be really interesting.
I'd hate to be the guy who has to listen to that, every third syllable. Brother.
Oh, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do, Mean Gene?
Brother. That's what it's gonna be.
Oscar's under the ring, getting himself what's he got? Oh, a hockey stick. Ooh. Don't understand why he broke it in half.
No idea. Because he's showing off. He didn't want to hit himself in the face.
Yeah, maybe.
Either that, or you just broke the wrong one.
Yeah, so Hogan and Bischoff doing something this week. I mean, that's pretty mental as well, isn't it?
It is a bit. When you sit there and you think...
absolutely nowhere. Literally came out of nowhere.
I know we're heading to St. Louis, but how many times are they going to have to survive with out of nowhere? Anyway, Al Snow seems like he's getting the cheers because he's getting wood.
So you're talking about Aleister Black's debut this week on SmackDown, Matt Burns, or his return to WWE? As like you say, Al Snow sets that table up against Hardcore Holly. Holly just nailed Snow with the stick. If you're watching along with us, we're currently at 20. We're coming up on actually in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on 25 minutes dead. If you're watching along with us, you can follow along with the clock on the screen. Just sync up with us. Backlash 1999, or if you're listening along, we're currently at 25 minutes and 12, 13, 14 seconds. Just make sure you synced up with us.
Extra large.
He's bleeding
extra large
now.
Bacon trays. Extra large bacon trays. The joys.
He's bleeding profusely. That's what they say, isn't it? Profusely.
Profusely.
Again, if you're watching along with us, the clock on the screen is what it's there for. You get your thoughts in the comments if you're watching Backlash 99 with us. If you're not, that's cool too. We're just talking about all sorts of wrestling. I was just going to ask Matt Burns, actually. I think I did just, but we'll get your answer now. Aleister Black back in WWE on SmackDown. How do we feel about that?
I feel really good about it. And one thing I will say is the ultimate seller.
Pardon?
He's still selling his moment where he had his eye taken out.
Yeah, absolutely. Still got the thing in, and I think that's good. You know, Rey Mysterio gave up wearing that patch eventually, didn't he? But I think
but with Aleister Black in there, it actually adds to his look.
Oh yeah, 1000%. Absolutely, it does.
So it's looking really good.
Kitchen sink.
Do
you know what? There's something really like mesmerizing about 1999 hardcore matches, even though they're not terrible, but even though they're just like there's no sort of format to them, they just go from spot to spot and punch to punch. There's something like you can't take your eyes off about them, especially when it's Al Snow, Hardcore Holly. I mean, they are talented guys, aren't they? In a tough spot as well on the card. Although I can't imagine I would have picked that 6-man tag to open that day. I'm not sure about you.
Yeah. But the difference is, would you want this match opening up?
No, probably not.
That's what I'm saying, because
the three-way did a good job at WrestleMania, didn't it? So maybe it's just missing that third man.
Maybe, but the only difference is right now, the live crowd are just watching on a screen right now, just going, what's going on?
I always think that for these matches, they disappear, which is fine. And it's great for a TV audience. But the audience that's paid to be in the crowd and then you bugger off, it's a bit of a, yeah.
And I'm just trying to have a quick gander at how long. Oof.
Decent length match, this one, Matt Baines. Is that what you're going to tell me?
It's quite lengthy because they've got to go some distance. Al, don't treat him like it's the Lion King. Never mind.
And Hardcore just pushed Al Snow into the dumpster.
All you have to
now
say
Holly's
next,
jumping off, jumps off of him on the dumpster. And now he's going to cover him, and the refs had to jump in there as well. Matt Chioda counting in the trash. 2. You've got to laugh, haven't you? You've got to laugh.
Wow.
Again, if you're watching along in the chat, we're watching along to Backlash 1999. The clock on the screen just here is where we are, so you can sync up with us. If you've got any thoughts about current wrestling or 1999, the Attitude Era, please get your thoughts in the chat. I know there's quite a few watching along with us tonight. We appreciate and love you all.
There's one thing I wanted to bring up about recent WWE.
Okay.
WWE has a slight issue with Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because one division on one show, and one of them is doing really well, and on the other, terrible. Can you name which division it is?
Explain, show your work.
What?
Explain, show your work.
Tag team.
Okay. So which show's doing it well and which show isn't?
Raw has got next to tell me on Raw who they've got as legitimate tag teams to be the next tag team champions.
Well, SmackDown.
Yeah. SmackDown's got like Axiom. They've got the Street Profits. We've got DIY. We've got near enough everybody on there. All the tag teams are on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Motor City Machine Guns.
Tag teams on Raw. It's the New Day and
War Raiders and
War Raiders, and that's it. Yeah. I think we're due a draft though, right? We are due a draft, surely.
Potentially, but it's like straight away, as soon as it happened, I was like, hang on, you've got to, and the entire division is struggling, and here comes Axiom.
What, and you thought you were Axiom on Raw?
Yeah. No, give some new teams to Raw.
We always forget about Angel Garza and Humberto as well. They were on SmackDown this week as well. Another quality tag team they've got knocking about.
That's what I'm saying. Another tag team.
Two counts. Oh,
two.
Alcoholic taking Al Snow now over to the back door. Al Snow gives him a back elbow, back into control. As his blonde hair is pretty much pink at this point, stained with blood. And Al Snow brings Alcoholic back out into the arena. Finally, the crowd will be going nuts.
They're finally actually they're getting something.
Question for the chat and anybody that's watching along: what is the most Attitude Era thing you've seen on this show? For me, it was probably the hockey stick.
The hockey stick.
Although the counting in the dumpster was pretty good too.
Yeah. Good solid performance, that is. Good solid performance. It's all right. At the moment, I'm just trying to find the current list of teams.
There ain't many on Raw, mate. I'll tell you that for free. And another question for the chat, which I'm just going to pop in now. Anybody that's in there, please answer for us in the live chat. What is the best finisher? Is it the stunner? Is it the rock bottom? Is it the pedigree? Is it the choke slam? So what is the best finisher? 1999. You tell us.
You know what? I've just surprised myself. I've just thought of some other tag teams.
Good.
Right. We've covered the Judgment Day, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've got the LWO, who never seem to be going for any tag titles. New Catch Republic.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're on Raw now. Yeah. Very recently on Raw, though.
Yeah. We've got the War Raiders.
Yeah.
We've also got, well, technically we've got Imperium, but that's not happening because of they're doing singles.
We haven't got Imperium.
So we haven't. We've got the Creed brothers.
Okay, yeah, fair. And the Alpha Academy.
Which is part of Alpha American Made. Alpha Academy. And A-Town Down Under. Riveting. Yeah.
What's in seats?
On SmackDown, we've got the Bloodline. Immediately. We've also got DIY. We've now got Fraxium.
Motor City Machine Guns. Street Profits.
Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah,
or
that's
Los Garza.
Angel Garza, yeah.
Or Los Garza, which is that. We've then got the Motor City Machine Guns. Pretty Deadly. The Street Profits. And the White Six. Who haven't been on TV yet.
As Holly drags himself back up to his feet. Come on, Bob. No, you're back down. Get yourself up, kiddo. Oh, and Al Snow's looking for some head.
He's crawling for it.
He's in the corner.
He's crawling for it. Really, King? That's a cuter head than usual.
Just moving ever so slightly comfy. Oh, and that head hits Hardcore Holly, and that's the 3. Al Snow picks up the Hardcore title in quite a long match there, Matt Baines. Longer than I expected it to be.
Pretty much.
I do love that Hardcore title, though. They absolutely battered the Winged Eagle for that, didn't they?
Ooh. What weird. I thought he was a jobber. Nah. The difference is I remember this. It was a good time that, you know, like you said, the Hardcore Championship had its moments. It didn't just bust into any other match.
Yeah.
At any time. It had its slot.
Yeah, there was no 24/7 rule at this point. And there was a little division starting to come together. So we got Al Snow, we got Hardcore Holly, we had Billy Gunn and Road Dogg were teetering around it for a while. And it isn't until Crash Holly starts really that it gains some momentum, is it?
I think it was. I'm just trying to see what. Do you know when I actually said?
Godfather versus Goldust.
Do you know earlier when I actually said, was it Crash Holly who brought the 24/7 rule?
It was Crash Holly.
It was Crash Holly.
Here's the Ministry. The eventual arrival of the higher power is when we start talking about it now, see?
If you want to know how to do it actually properly and decent, just check out somebody's retelling of it.
Yeah, so we did. We've done this as part of the podcast a few times, haven't we, Matt Baines? We've done the Reboot This segment where we reboot something in wrestling's past that we didn't like or we thought we could have done better. I was challenged to reboot the Ministry of Darkness, and not only did it appear on an episode of the podcast, check it out in the archives, but also we put it on blog form on the website, which was theburningtruthuk.com.
I will say,
here comes
Martley done well.
With no Ryan Shamrock, Matt Baines, that sort of ended, but now that's all over already.
A bit of a flash in the pan.
Didn't last long, that whole gimmick.
Did she get bought out by a certain Godfather?
Well, we had a lot of title changes quickly, because WrestleMania was only 4 weeks ago. Obviously, Road Dogg left that night with the Intercontinental title. Goldust was champion who lost it to the Godfather. So, within the last 4 or 5 weeks, we've had the title go from Road Dogg to Goldust and then over to Goldust takes his robe off to
many
others now, which is Mommy, which is the Godfather. So Godfather's now champ. Goldust the challenger. All the men who want to be me. Oh wow. Oh dear.
Don't get any ideas.
Oh doggy. And here comes the Godfather just to put a stop to that nonsense.
One of the most coolest cats around. Although I did see something really, really worrying recently. A clip of a unique version.
Go on. Don't worry, Matt Baines, they're here.
I'm not about that. What?
Come the hose. I don't know if you're allowed to say that anymore.
How do you say this? He did a mixture of his two most infamous characters.
Papa Father.
The Papa Father.
The Papa Father.
So imagine Papa Shango doing Godfather.
Papa man. Our personality's never getting any more run time.
Somebody literally put on a clip and just says,
Justice for Cameron Mustafa.
literally put on Papa,
again, guys, if you're in the live chat, what is the best finisher in 1999? Is it the stunner? Is it the rock bottom? Is it the pedigree? Is it the choke slam?
Ooh, you can't go wrong with the good tombstone either.
Oh, it's the stunner all day. But I'm just asking what other people think.
I'm just saying you can't go wrong with the tombstone, but for the iconic, it's got to be the stunner because it always got that pop from the hit.
Yeah, got Godfather in the ring now with his ladies of the night, having fun, enjoying themselves, and the Godfather picks himself up the mic. For everybody to come aboard the But I feel like 3 a.m. It's on a WrestleMania night, Matt Burns. I'm very tired tonight.
That's
it ain't easy.
Now this brings up a question about the wrestling then and wrestling now.
Yeah.
Could we have a Godfather in the modern day?
No, absolutely not.
No.
You would have to go legit. Pay
So Mustafa Khan.
Yeah.
Because it makes me wonder, could they even do Papa Shango?
I mean, yeah, I think the Papa Shango character could work. We've seen how, like, the Wyatt Six returned.
Mm.
You know, I still think there is a space for some of that spooky stuff within the WWE, certainly. And I think Aleister Black should lean in slightly to that as well. Saw another video this week, Matt Burns, this time of Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews at a UFC event. Have you seen it?
Go on.
Just really happy to be there at this UFC event, and I thought it was an interesting note because although Buddy Matthews works for the rival company to WWE, AEW, or at least, you know, let's not call it competition because it isn't, but at least the alternative.
Well, bear in mind, right? You actually asked me, do we want to watch a WWE event or do we want to watch an AEW event, an AEW weekly show?
Yeah, and you said in no uncertain terms, definitely WWE because AEW has been rubbish.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we even were considering TNA classics.
Yeah, we were. Absolutely, we nearly did TNA rather than doing WWE. Oh, brilliant there for the Godfather. Face plants Gold Dust. Now Gold Dust taking a tumble to outside of the ring and Blue Dust looking after his mommy. Blue Meanie distracting the Godfather now. Godfather knows exactly what he wants to do. Gold Dust and Blue Meanie are taking an exit here, Matt Burns. They're having none of this as we get to the 45-minute mark. If you're watching along, just check out the old clock just here. Make sure you sync up to watching wherever you watch your wrestling, whether it's Netflix or Peacock or the WWE Network, and just make sure you join us along to watch this fabulous pay-per-view from 1999, following on from WrestleMania 15, April 26 years ago.
Big body slam.
Everybody's on there by.
For a minute then, I thought Godfather missed the ropes down with his steps.
Yeah, big old elbow drop from the Godfather. You know, keeping Goldust down and now putting him in a side headlock. Goldust sends him off sleep.
Ooh.
And the Blue Meanie pulls Godfather's leg and makes sure that Godfather can't mount any offense. Blue Meanie's a bad dude, man.
And the casual, he fell over.
And that's the thing with Goldust, he's androgynous. You can't talk him into it with hose. You can't.
Love it. Although, bear in mind, he's androgynous, you know, in that situation. Bear in mind that the Godfather did once get the Undertaker almost crack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just by saying that the Undertaker loves hose.
I think there's a few of it's like that. And that classic Goldust spot, drop down and slap.
Definite.
Big clothesline to Godfather.
I don't know why. Why is it that I just instantly sat there and thought to myself, is he passing some Stardust?
Goldust got some powder now.
Nah, it's powder.
I'm back into his own face by the Godfather. Goldust definitely can't see now in his wildly.
He's juking and jiving. Oh!
Love it. There's Goldust on loads on the Blue Meanie.
Now, here's the question for you.
Go on.
If the Blue Mini actually hit back, would that be a disqualification? Would that be a disqualification if Blue Mini hit back?
Maybe, yeah. You won't be doing anything for a while after he gets kicked there, though.
Ooh.
He's blue nuts. And the Meanie gets Goldust in the nuts.
Are you with us there, Scott?
I'm still with us. You know what? I need to set up because it's been a really long day. Is the Ho train?
Choo-choo. Death Valley Driver.
No. More of a suplex, wasn't it? And the Godfather's still the Intercontinental Champion. And I definitely didn't nod off that.
Never happened.
Just rested my eyes for about 30 seconds. Well done for
It's a long blink.
Hey?
It was a long blink.
Long blink. Pimping ain't easy. It'll be quite a celebration for the Godfather after the match, I think.
The interesting thing about it is, this was actually his part-time job.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Living the gimmick, wasn't he?
Literally. Not many can say that. He got smacked down.
You got SmackDown. There you go. Little tease for later in the year there.
Yeah, exactly.
About 6 months off SmackDown launching. And I suppose another question I'm going to ask in the chat for anybody who's watching along who can get in the chat and give us a reply. My question is, if you could bring one wrestler from this show into today's WWE, and it's not one of the obvious answers, you know, not an Austin or a Rock, who would it be? Who would you bring onto the main WWE roster these days from this show? Again, if you're watching along with us, we're currently at 50 minutes and 51, 52, 53 seconds. Make sure you're getting synced up with us.
Now, when you say from the show, do you mean as they were then, or do you mean as they are now?
As they were then.
Okay. And it can't be the obvious.
Yeah, I don't want it to be Rock or Austin or anybody like that. Here come the New Age Outlaws, my favouriteest tag team in the world. There's never been another New Age Outlaws for me, Matt Burns. I'm not sure how you feel about them.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. It's New Age Outlaws.
A thrown together tag team that just became the best.
He just got better.
Yeah, it was, and do you know what? Quite a short run, actually. I know they had the return in like 2014, was it? They won the tag titles, but the initial run not very long.
I've got my pick already.
Have you?
And it's from this match.
Oh.
And no, he's not in the ring yet.
Okay.
You'll know exactly as soon as you know. I know you'll know. If you know who they're against, you'll know.
Will all friends of the show know?
What?
Will friends of the show know?
You'll know.
The Generation X probably
because I have a feeling you might have somebody from this match as well.
I think I will too.
But the question is, are we having the same? Or are we going to have one of each?
It's definitely not the thing. We got 2 words for you. Here they come.
So which one's your pick?
Maybe Deborah.
I have a feeling that you'd go for Double J.
Double J, man, all day.
You know mine.
Owen? Gotta be
Owen. Because could you imagine Owen right now? Maybe thriving.
You know what? I think where we really missed out on Owen was through the Ruthless Aggression era, the Brock Lesnar matches, the Kurt Angle matches, World's Greatest Tag Team, Edge, Eddie Guerrero. Just SmackDown 6. If Owen Hart had been there as well.
Famous 7. The Magnificent 7. Well, yeah, the Secret 7.
New Age Outlaws versus Owen and Jeff. And were Owen and Jeff not the tag team champions here then? Who were the tag champs?
Who were the tag team champs?
Yeah.
I believe no, neither. This was to determine the number one contenders.
Jeff and Owen then? Because WrestleMania, Jeff and Owen are the tag champs.
I'm wondering now.
New Age Outlaws winding Jeff and Owen up, asking to see Deborah's puppies.
Right.
That's funny. And you've got to think about the history in this match, right? So Jeff and the Road Dog, Jeff and the Roadie, when Jeff was the world's greatest singer, the world's greatest entertainer.
Yeah.
Obviously, the voice was the Road Dog's voice, the Roadie's voice.
But do you know what I find weird? I've got your answer, by the way.
Okay, go on.
Who's the tag team champs?
Yeah.
Kane and X-Pac.
Oh, okay. Well, that happened quick. I didn't think that happened quite as quickly after WrestleMania as it did.
No, because it ended up being on tape delay.
No, but I mean, I wondered, I thought that was like months after WrestleMania 15.
April 5th.
Wow, so quite quickly after WrestleMania then, really.
Yeah. April 5th is when they actually took on the tape delay.
Really good now. Press slam on Owen. Taunting him.
I will say this to you though, the entranceway, that screen is small, isn't it?
Oh yeah. We've got to think they're still probably trying to get as many people in these buildings as possible.
But you can't blame them.
No, not at all, not at this time. Well, great reversal there by Owen. Classic chain wrestling. And slips under for a net breaker. Really smooth. He was so good, wasn't he? How good was he, Matt Baines?
Who?
Owen Hart. Talk to me a little bit about Owen.
Phenomenal. The fact that he went around the world to learn different styles of wrestling. The fact that he learned the Mexican style, he learned even the British style through World of Sport. He did loads.
Oh, and here we go. Road Dog, and then punches to have a shake, rattle, and roll.
I was about to say that then. Shake, rattle, and knee drop. Now, if it was later, it'd probably be the shaky leg.
Underrated gear as well, Road Dog. I always thought he looked quite cool, different than anyone else.
Like that then.
Boom.
Clean drop kicks.
Oh.
Ooh.
Road Dog takes out Jeff. Enziguri by Owen.
Clean.
And a lovely leg drop.
Good kick out.
As we're coming up on the hour mark here into Backlash 99. Got some great matches on so far, Matt Baines. Only one that I nearly fell asleep during. Yeah. As we go 59 minutes, 57, 58, 59. And that's 1 hour on the clock now. If you're watching along with us, make sure you're synced up. I like doing these watch alongs because I like watching the old wrestling and just reliving, certainly this one, reliving my childhood. And I really enjoy it when we do 1999. But also, I think it's really interesting some of the stuff that was going on at the time. You know, Kane and X-Pac being the The tag champs
Tag
at that
champs.
point is just absolutely wild to me. Such a moment in time that was.
Oh,
And people enjoyed it as well because, it's something we still talk about today. We don't necessarily talk about Kane's tag team with the Hurricane or with Rob Van Dam, but we always remember the tag team with X-Pac.
and the fact that he had the connection with Tory.
Yeah, the OG Tory.
And I think this was when Kane also had his voice box.
Yeah. Darknet.
Oh, not so great.
Yeah, Jeff catches himself there. Then he hits that big clothesline. Just sort of takes,
Small
takes
thing that
Road
is.
out and just keeps the match in the hands of the.
That's what I'm saying. Small thing there. Good distraction there.
Absolutely. Was that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? There's 7.
Getting ideas from this match. Getting ideas.
There's that big spin kick by him. Love that. Such a good athlete for the size of him, like, because he's really thick, isn't he? Not thick mentally. I mean, like his body seems like he'd be really heavy, and yet he can still fly through the air with those kicks.
Billy Gunn just telling the referee he sucks.
I mean, he does. He's been terrible so far, Tim White. He needs to get out of his way.
Ooh. Good clean power slam.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Come on now. Let's go, Road Dog.
Oh, bit of a clash in the minds.
I think Jeff pushed it open here. Okay. Next question then. And feel free to answer this, Matt Burns. Did you play any video games back in the day when this was going on? So we're talking, what was your jam? Was it No Mercy? Was it Attitude? Was it Warzone?
No, but this is 1999, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, what games were out then in 1999?
Well, I just gave you a list of No Mercy, Attitude, Warzone.
Ooh. I believe during this time, I was going through Final Fantasy 8.
Well, I'd have been playing WWE Attitude at this point and nothing else probably. It would have been taking over my life.
But then again, it did have some good classic games there because you also had Dino Crisis.
Okay. Right, tell you what, Matt, it's a different question. Because I was asking about wrestling games and you totally missed that. Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett.
But hang on.
Yes. Gold, right? But where for you do they rank on your list of all-time tag teams?
Right. I'll go back to, if you have the wrestling games, I think I was about, I think probably No Mercy.
Okay.
As well, to cover it. There you go. Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, they were. They were really good.
Rank on your all-time list.
They were good, but the thing is, not
Billy's
many.
showing his athleticism now. Giving him what they call the Elsie treatment.
I feel as though they should have been higher than what most people give them credit for. For me. I would say
Are
in
they
my
a
top
top
10.
10 tag team for you? Owen
I'd say
Hart
they'd
and
be,
Jeff Jarrett?
I'd say in my top 10.
Really? They
Yeah.
didn't quite make it for me. There wasn't enough longevity, but I can see why people absolutely loved it. And do you know what? It's a shame because had the Blue Blazer thing continued, and what happened to Owen not happened, I imagine they would have found themselves back in the tag team a few months later.
Oh, instantly. Instantly.
Ooh, low kick there by the Road Dogg. Bump handle slam. Lands it on Owen. Jeff breaks up the count. Wow. Sharpshooters in.
Denied.
Oh, Billy reverses.
Oh!
And Famouser. And there you go. The New Age Outlaws get the victory. I nearly said victory then. New Age Outlaws get the victory.
But what a unique finish.
Yeah. Throwing that sharpshooter into that Famouser.
And that's what I mean.
Right, well, you know I'm all about the hard questions, Matt Bean, so I've got one more for you. For now. Yeah. Let's have a think about this. Which outlaw had a better catchphrase?
Really?
Billy or Road Dogg who had the better catchphrase? Everybody remembers ladies and gentlemen, but
what?
Everybody remembers ladies and gentlemen, but Billy's is brilliant. And he is Billy Gunn's buttocks.
There you go. And it was pretty much, what was it? And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Very similar to Shawn Michaels' version.
Personally, for me, Road Dogg.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Straight away. Oh, you didn't know? Everybody from that era. Your ass better call somebody.
The music was iconic as well. Like, you know what's coming.
It just works.
You're not going to believe this, Matt Burns. It's gone so cold in my house. I've just had to put the heating on.
Lucky. I wish I was cold. And yes, I know it's a really bad pun. The fact that my name is Matt Burns. But yeah, I am feeling the burn.
He's burning up. Shane McMahon's going to be the referee for the main event tonight. Matt Burns, Rock versus Austin for the WWF title. The rematch from WrestleMania. He's going to count it. He's going to play it right down the middle. But I don't believe him.
Nobody will ever believe him, McMahon.
He's not my dad.
Case in point, you've just seen Michael Cole go from in an interview, and yet now he's almost the iconic voice.
Well, he's done the job longer than anybody else.
Shocking, isn't it?
Kevin Kelly. blast from the past of a name.
That is a blast from the past.
Stephanie McMahon, man. She grew into a character, didn't she?
Oh, definitely. One of the rare few people that Triple H actually says he can count on so many fingers. I actually got the business. She's one of them. And it's not just because she is Vince's daughter. She got the business because she literally watched it grow and mold. Here we go. Here's a rare match. Boiler Room Brawl.
Oh, yeah. Only the second one they ever had as well, wasn't it?
Yep.
And we're back to Big Show and Mankind. It just never stopped, this feud. There's Mick.
The real question is when do you know the match has actually started?
When they're both in the boiler room.
So the second you walk to that door, what's stopping you from just turning around and just going bye?
I don't know. Pride. Definitely pride keeps them there, Matt Burns, I think.
The only way you can get around it is the match only starts when the acts connect with each other.
Yeah,
and they're duking it out. That's the only way to get around it. Because the second you're right next to that person, automatically that other person's going to be stopping you.
Yeah, 1000%.
That's the only way I can think.
Oh, now he's hitting Mankind with those clubs. And this is a bit, I mean, this is definitely attitude era, isn't it? Because now we're talking like this is the second second sort of hardcore match we've had on the show, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Them ladders do not look safe.
That was a table.
I meant the ladders.
I think you should check your time against the clock, Matt Burns. Currently at 1 hour, 14 minutes and 2, 3, 4 seconds.
No. You might need to check yours.
I'm Bob on.
What's going on right now on your end?
Big Show punches the fridge. Oh. And it's new with ceiling tiles. He's breaking them all over his head. Oh, big kick. Smash can back into the face of Mankind. Checking my time again here, Matt Burns, just for you.
No. You're right. I've got you back.
Sync up at 1:15, 5, 6.
There you go.
Now Mankind's in this trolley. Big Show takes him back off. He's never going to slam him on top of that. Oh, slams him on top of those tables. There'll be no giving them.
Oh, none. Oh. There we go.
Oof. Oh. Crushes Mankind.
The timing on that. Getting thrown into it and then having it land on him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, just wow. Teddy Long. Got the most exciting, got the most exciting job in the building tonight. Oh. I never liked glass in wrestling. There's a time and a place for things like that, and wrestling isn't one of them.
Moving ladders.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
I think McFoley's crying it over right now, isn't he?
I mean, look at the poor lad's forehead. Make sure he didn't ask for this. He came over from WCW. He was expecting, a really hard ring, but he didn't know he'd have to be in boiler rooms with bloody Mrs. Foley's baby boy, giving his life away.
Oh. And it's in more glass.
Yeah, Again, it's another one of those matches for the live crowd in the arena.
Yeah.
Where they can't see a bloody thing. They're watching it through a screen, and that's not ideal, is it?
No. Ooh.
The 2x4 gets kicked again by the Big Show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Picks him up like a baby. Oh, and throws Mick into that wooden metal stair thing.
Ow. Ow.
Oh,
ramming speed.
I mean, if you're unsure at this point, Big Show's absolutely killing Mankind.
Ooh.
Very clever there by Mankind.
Steam, hot water.
I think hot water. Oh, right in his Big Shows.
I know how that feels. Oh. There we go. Now, nobody made the joke that Big Show's tubing.
First to escape gets the win, and here comes Mankind. And here comes the corporation.
Ooh. When's the match against Peter?
The corporation was just full of thugs, really, wasn't it?
Oh.
Don't, because he'll start dragging your dad round a bloody cemetery. Don't wind up the boss, man.
He always means business. Oh, that was a bad line. Did you hear that?
No.
Will Mr. Sacco pass the test?
Wow.
That's a 1999 reference there.
And it's I think Hardcore Holly and Al Snow earlier on, Matt. Do you think they ever would have foreseen what hardcore wrestling and death matches would have become across the world?
I think they might have been horrified.
No, the Big Show. Getting cleaned up.
Okay, Triple H, calm down. I think you're holding them scissors really wrong there, Nate.
Is that your phone I can hear?
A phone?
Yeah, is that not what it is? Oh, I thought I could hear your phone.
I'll just check it for you.
Oh, Mankind looks done in.
Right. Ooh. Well, if I'm not mistaken, right now, we've got this match. We just finished this match.
Yeah.
And then we've got the 3 longest matches.
Well, I imagine The Undertaker will be on the card. Triple H will probably be on the card. And then we've got Rock Austin as well, haven't we?
Yeah, because right now, because the actual order is right next is Triple H versus X-Pac, followed by Taker and Ken Shamrock.
Yeah.
Followed by the main event.
Yeah. And here's what I think we should do, Matt Beans. I think we should take a break here and pick this up on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and finish our watch along then at part 2. I don't know how you feel about that.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think that gives us. It's been a really good start to the show in the first half. But I think if we take a break here, we can do the those last 3 matches and do them justice on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. UK time. So I'm going to take a pause when we get to 1 hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah, we just need to remember 1 hour 25.
Have a nice day.
Definitely have a nice day. Oof.
As we get X-Pac's entrance. And 25. So we'll pause it there. 1 hour 25 on the clock. And that's where we'll pick it up on Wednesday night for the rest of our Backlash 1999 watch along, Matt Burns. I've enjoyed that, you know. I'm a little bit tired where I am, but I really enjoyed that tonight. And we'll pick it up in part 2. And then obviously we can watch you can watch the full thing start to finish from Wednesday.
What I'm just doing, just in case, I'm just making some notes right now, boys. So you said 1 hour
25 minutes.
25 on the dot.
That's
There
where
you
we'll
go.
start on.
I made it. I mean notes.
Good stuff. That's where we'll start on Wednesday night when we finish Backlash 1999.
All perfectly fine. The thing is, this might be a bit of a later episode than what we normally have done because we normally do one on the Sunday. But bear in mind, there were many different reasons. I think
we're just making the best of it this week, Matt Boons. We've got a little bit of WrestleMania fatigue, haven't we?
It's a bit of WrestleMania fatigue, and one of us has got a bit of a sore body. a bit, well, extra sore, especially with someone deciding to become Brock Lesnar from a certain WrestleMania moment.
Absolutely.
But in case if you want to know more about that, we'll discuss that on Wednesday.
Definitely. We'll definitely have a chat about that on Wednesday night when we're doing the watch along again. Matt, it's been fantastic. Thanks for joining me again for another quality watch along.
Always quality.
Scott Barrett.
It's
You've
always
been
quality.
The one and only Matt Burns.
It's always quality. But before we go, what I'm just going to say is, please don't forget we are closing in on 1,000 subscribers. If you hit the like button, everything, we will appreciate you. No matter what, if you hit that like button for us or follow us and everything, honestly, we want to help us hit that milestone. I'll repeat it again, milestone, and keep growing this amazing wrestling community and keep the fire burning.
Absolutely.
But until next time, stay fired up, stay passionate, and remember, DFTBA. And in case you don't know what that means, it of course means don't forget to be
Excelsior. Welcome back to the channel. It's WWF Backlash 1999 Part 2, or as our French friends say, Part 2. Hey, it's Scott Barrett. Welcome back to the channel. And this is The Burning Truth. And I am hosting once again with my partner in crime, a man who there is no backlash for. It's Matt Burns, everybody. You're clapping yourself.
Love the intro. No, I was loving the intro. I was clapping your introduction.
Okay. How are you, Matt? You okay?
I'm all good. I will say, bit of a hot week, isn't it, so far?
Yeah, it's warming up a bit in the UK, wherever you're watching this. Hopefully it's warming up for you too. Monday night, we started watching WWF Backlash 1999. And I'm going to apologize now for everyone who's been watching that because I was not having a very good day, not feeling too well, a little bit tired. I think I actually started nodding off on the stream, which isn't, how I'd normally like to play things. So we decided to cut it halfway. So we stopped at, where's the clock? 1 hour and 25 minutes, just in the center, just there, the clock. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the second half of WWF Backlash 1999. And we're going to watch from 1 hour, 25 minutes, which I think will be really cool.
Yeah, it is. But before we move on to that, how are you, Scott? Genuinely. Because, like you said, you weren't feeling great. You weren't feeling well. And I got your message to me, sister, saying, I don't feel right. And I thought to myself, not a problem. Health comes first.
Health comes first, yeah. So, I'm okay, mate. Lost a bit of weight this week, which is good. I'm on the energy drink now, sugar-free, just to help me through the night. I've got some sweets and some... I say sweets. I've got some snacks and things to keep me going. I've ordered some tea, so this is my cheat night tonight. Now on the old weight loss plan, so we can have a good time enjoying some classic wrestling. And my favorite WrestleMania of all time is WrestleMania 15, and this is the event Backlash 1999 that comes straight after this. Like, this is peak my fandom. So I've been loving watching these.
So basically, in a way, you're sort of saying that the next event had a bit of a Backlash from your favorite.
Hey, I like that, Matt Burns. Well done. Yeah, so really, really enjoying it. And I think as we paused on Monday, we were about to see X-Pac's entrance. That was about right?
Yes, it is about right. But before we get onto it, we need to do one thing first. We need to know how it works.
Yeah. How does a watch long work, Matt Burns?
Dead easy. Get Backlash 1999 ready on Peacock, Netflix, DVD, or however you want to watch. Now, we'd normally say cue it at the very start, but not in this case. Cue it up to the exact clock right there.
1 hour, 25 minutes.
And when we count down, 3, 2, 1, play. Hit play at the same time as us. From there, we will guide you through every match with live reactions, insights, and some classic wrestling trivia. And who knows, even some recent knowledge from our current escapades.
Oh, yeah, we want to talk about last weekend. Absolutely, we do. If you're ready then, Matt Burns, I think it's time that we say
3,
2, 1, play. And we are off. And here comes X-Pac. Make sure the sound's right on my side. What I don't want to do is overpower you with the sound, otherwise I won't be able to hear those Matt facts. Here he comes, X-Pac, currently one half of the tag team champions. And we talked about this on Monday. This happened way sooner than I thought it did.
Yeah.
So after WrestleMania, Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart were still the tag champs. And they lost the tag titles to X-Pac and Kane in between Mania 15 and Backlash 99, which, again, the first Backlash. But I didn't realize that had happened in this time frame. I knew it happened in 99, but I didn't realize it happened so quickly. And I think that's the most Vince Russo thing they could have done with the tag titles at this time, really.
Well, the funny thing about it is, like I said, you said it's your favorite WrestleMania and everything. Well, what a fitting pay-per-view name to name straight after.
Yeah, 1,000%.
And I will say, interesting dynamic this is.
Oh, 1,000%, yeah. X-Pac and Kane. Classic 1999 WWF. We all remember the talk of Kane in the green outfit that never was true, but there were certainly rumors about it.
Do you know, I just realized how weird is Triple H's corporate theme music?
Yeah, because this is before.
Yeah. My job.
Shiner. Flanking Triple H. I'm loving it already, Matt Burns. Do you know what? I wasn't in a great place on Monday for this, but tonight I am rip-roaring and ready to go for Backlash 99. And we've got the 3 biggest matches on the card as well, starting with this one. So at WrestleMania, give a bit of background. Here we go, yeah. At WrestleMania, China turned on Kane to join back with DX, Triple H, X-Pac, and the New Age Outlaws. And then later in the night, it was a double swerve because Triple H then turned his back, turning on X-Pac, helping Shane McMahon retain the European title against X-Pac. And that was Triple H and China turning against DX. So it wasn't necessarily that China had rejoined DX. It was that Triple H had joined the corporation and kicked Kane out, which was this is the start of Triple H's ascent.
Yeah. His rise to power. And the weird thing about it is, when you look back at Triple H, right, compared to then and now, at this time right now, do you think he's sitting there thinking he's going to be in charge of running the business and then on top of that also being inducted into the Hall of Fame?
No, absolutely not. 2-time Hall of Famer. But no, at this point, he just wants to be the main event. He wants to be the champ. That is every wrestler's dream, right?
Yep.
And at this point, having a relationship with Stephanie McMahon's not even on the cards. He's still seen China at this time, as far as I know.
Yes.
And in fact, a lot of people don't know this and think it happened beforehand, but Triple H didn't actually start seeing Stephanie until much, much later. In fact, it wasn't even the storyline had already started by the time Triple H and Stephanie started seeing each other. It was a storyline. It was a storyline that became reality rather than the other way around.
It's weird because they had to work together so much, but then it was sort of a little bit later on. And the funny thing about it is, some people were against it, some people weren't. But then again, look at it now.
I'm dressed for it tonight, by the way. Got my Austin 316 Venom t-shirt, one of the classics. And if you love a good wrestling t-shirt, look no further than theburning.truthuk.com. We've got loads on there at the minute. We've got Matt Burns DFTBA, don't forget to be awesome. We've got my Two Thumbs Excelsior t-shirt. We've got the It's Stiffy Time t-shirt, inspired by Tiffany Stratton and her It's Tiffy Time catchphrase. Ours says it's stiffy time because that's what happens to Matt Burns' pants when Tiffany Stratton comes on the TV. Got loads of good stuff on there. You find your fit at theburningtruthuk.com and hit that merchandise page. Thanks for listening. Triple H taking it to X-Pac here outside the ring. Massive height and weight advantage on Triple H.
I mean, on X-Pac.
For Triple H. I mean, sorry.
Yeah. The weird thing about it is an advantage, but if you look at it right now, as much as everyone can sit there and say, "Oh, X-Pac is so small, he can't fight back. He shouldn't be beating up Triple H." It doesn't matter how big you are. Bear in mind that Triple H might be a big guy. X-Pac's got those martial arts kicks. Case in point.
Yeah, and X-Pac was the standard bearer at this point. If you could make it in the ring with the Kid, you were okay. He was he was a measuring stick at this time. Also, can I just say that, and we haven't done this on Do the Top 3 yet, Matt Burns, but it might come one day. For those that don't know. We do the top 3 on the regular podcast every week. And if I was to ask you, Matt Burns, your top 3 wrestling gears, for me, X-Pac, the green one, absolutely should go in there. I think it's a phenomenal and really underrated gear. Yeah, I think it's really underrated. As X-Pac the Bronco Buster.
It's definitely a classic.
Any others that jump to mind when you think about wrestling gear? I quite like Jeff Jarrett's Dick Dancer outfit with the things.
Oh, yeah, the classics.
Kane's another good one. Kane hasn't had a bad outfit, I don't think.
Nope. Wait, whoa. There was one, but it wasn't televised.
With the cape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Undertaker's had some cool attires. Triple H, some really cool attires over time.
Triple H has
Michaels. Oh, Michaels, man.
Michaels is a good one.
He was wearing the tights than the baggy trousers. I wasn't as much of a fan as the baggy trousers. But Michaels also one of the worst gear. We've seen him in the brown ones at Survivor Series on a watch along we did not so long ago. Survivor Series 2002. You can catch that in the archives at YouTube/The Burning Truth UK. Yeah. Burning Truth 252. Yep.
You got it. One thing I will say is
it's The Burning Truth and look for the championship belt and we're there. Or click the link below. If you subscribe to the channel and you're helping us get to 1,000 subscribers, which is the goal in life, then you can find it on our page just there. But make sure you subscribe and like it because let's be fair, it's free to do.
Yeah, exactly. And the one thing I will say is Rey Mysterio's also has some unique.
Oh, Rey Mysterio is a good shout. Absolutely.
Well, you know you're doing good gear when you've got Disney actually saying cease and desist, please.
Rob Van Dam had some lovely singlets that he had airbrushed. Oh. Let me tell you what else is it. Would you like me to give you the rest of my top 3?
Go on.
Okay, so my top 3 wrestling gears, right? So number 3 is this X-Pac attire. I think it's really nice. Big fan of that. Number 2, Triple H in a front face lock here on X-Pac.
Guillotine, a bit, almost guillotine-like.
Yeah, almost. Is it guillotine or guillotine?
It could be guillotine. It's because meant me like it.
Depends where you're from, mate. I think in the
Yeah.
US they call it guillotine.
Guillotine.
Good God, it's a guillotine. My God, anywhere in the world.
Tomato.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's call the whole thing off.
My number 2, and this might be controversial, but it's my number 2. I like Becky Lynch's Kill Bill outfit. The black with the yellow stripe.
The weird thing about it is, I can see why.
It's simple, but it's really cool. Big fan of that.
Yeah.
And my number 1 is and this is a classic, and it's been, you can see an inspiration for it on WWE TV right now, is that classic 90s Owen Hart Danger gear. That Matt Burns, you know something about ripping that off as well, yeah?
You nicked my number 1.
Yeah, same number 1. Listen, if it means something to you, it means something to you.
Same number 1. It was effective. It got the message. He meant business.
Yeah. He's not a nugget.
Definitely.
Big knee drops from Triple H.
I'm going to go.
Many knee drops in this day and age, you know.
No, you don't. You don't.
Go on then, what's your top 3, Matt Burns?
Does it also include entrance gear, or is it just for wrestling?
Yeah, sorry, entrance gear as well. Why not? Do the full thing.
It's got to be a Flair. Got to go with Ric Flair.
Like that. Good shout.
And a very direct one with Ric
There
Flair.
is no answer, Matt Burns.
Whenever he's wearing his blue trunks.
Blue. With the blue robe.
You know,
I liked the one he wore when he was in Evolution quite a lot, the robe, which was like gold and orange.
Yeah.
Like as he was getting on in his career. I don't know if he wore it in his earlier career. I can't say as I've watched every Ric Flair match as much as I want.
Yes, he didn't wear it that way, but he did have a similar style.
Yeah, but the one he had during the Evolution run was really, really nice.
That the weird thing about it is that was more unique because as much as you can sit there saying he's Flair, he actually had less flair on that jacket.
Yeah.
But it stood out more.
Yeah.
And an X-Pac's got to be on there.
So we definitely have Damian Priest on there now.
Who? No, definitely not.
It was a joke. I think he looks ridiculous.
No, but that's just for the men's side. Now, technically...
Oh, you want to do a separate one for the women? Oh, my.
So what I'm doing for you is you've got to rethink of your number 2.
Well, no, X-Pac gets pushed up to 2. And my number 3 becomes... you know what? It's simple but effective, right? Almost feels like a cop-out. But the Macho Man Randy Savage, pink trunks.
No. Say no more.
Yellow boots. It's classic, isn't it?
No. Say no more. It's classic for a reason. It's iconic for a reason.
And it gets homaged by CM Punk. And I could almost put CM Punk's version of that gear into the same bracket. Yeah. Because I think it's just as cool. Like I love that color mix. In fact, you know, it's something that I've been thinking about doing myself in the future. You never know.
Oh, I like that. I like
Triple H now wailing on X-Pac as he hangs off the apron.
Ooh.
It's just really simple heel stuff, this, but it works so well.
Sometimes you don't need, less is more. But anyway, now that we've done the men's side, women's.
Oh, let me have a think of the women's. So Becky Lynch becomes top 1 for me because I really like that Kill Bill sort of yellow stripe. I really liked Sable's outfit when she had the handprints.
I can imagine.
No, seriously though, let's have a proper think about gear. Ivory in the Right to Censor costume because it was completely different to what all the other divas and women in the wrestling were doing at the time. So she went for a long suit, a tie, and trousers where everyone else was wearing and trying to get the things out. You know, this is a time when we had Miss Kitty, the cat knocking about, for example.
Okay.
So that, because it was so different for the time.
Yeah.
And my number one, my number three, rather, because I'm getting backwards for this one, aren't I? Because I've already given my number one. My number three. Oh, it's got to be Mighty Molly for me. Mighty Molly's a great shout.
Okay. I'm going to have to go number 3.
Yeah.
And it's actually a modern star.
Ooh.
Simply because they've always I'm putting all of the costumes in because
I know where you're going here. Go on.
Go on.
No, go. I know where you're going here.
Now, who do you think?
I want to hear it. I want to hear you say the words. Hold on. Tell you what I'll do. Let me get a pen.
I get the feeling it's out of one or two people you're thinking it is. The question.
I've written it down so I can show you when you say
it. The uniqueness, and because I am a fan of this sort of genre, of their outfits. It is the current United States champion, women's champion. What? Celine, yeah. You've got it.
Zelina Vega, baby. Yeah, I thought I got that.
Would you like to know?
As soon as you said all the outfits, I was like, oh, this is Zelina Vega then.
Wait. No. It was close.
Yeah.
Because there's another one who has different outfits. And the irony, it is also a modern star.
Yeah.
Who she just took the title off.
Oh, not Tiffany.
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green.
Because she's always put her own spin on an outfit. Bear in mind that when she was in TNA, she even wrestled in a wedding dress.
How do we feel about the title change, Matt
Burns? I'll get to that as soon as I finish. Because I feel as though that could have some controversy.
Okay.
To some people. I am going to go with number 2.
Yeah.
Because it was always time to rock and roll.
Whoa.
Trish Stratus. Definitely. And number 1.
So number 1 best dressed woman for you is?
You've already said it. You're number 1.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I really like that Becky Lynch outfit with the Kill Bill one with the L at the sides. I do genuinely. Yeah, so we've done some impromptu top 3s there, Matt Burns. Like it's a normal the podcast.
Yeah, but anyway,
now, we can just bury something alive. We smashed it.
Exactly.
Maybe we should bury alive Zelina Vega's title run.
Ooh. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see from the backlash it gets. Oh wait, we're already watching backlash.
Oh, nasty drop kick Mark Chioda just took from X-Pac from inside of the ring to out. Oh, I hope to show a replay of that. That was iconic.
Oh, I felt that.
I mean, JL's calling it a baseball slide, but it's a full-on drop kick, I thought.
Well, no, that was a full-on basement drop kick.
X Factor. And here comes the near fall with no ref.
Now, to go back onto the subject that you wanted me to discuss.
Yeah.
The change.
Oh, the title change. Yeah, so this is Zelina Vega defeating Chelsea Green for the United States Championship on SmackDown this week, as China gives X-Pac the final cut.
Reverse DDT.
A low blow. And pulls Triple H over. There's still no ref. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Now, if this was Jeff Hardy, he'd be dancing on the way to the ring. I'm never going to let that go. In fact,
no one is.
Next time I do a run in, that's what I'm doing.
Great, that's going to be on me. But anyway, can you imagine right now if you were one of the individuals in the ring and you used the lights to go out? 9 out of 10 times you were sitting there thinking, it's either Kane or Undertaker. Which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it?
And you just think about like how, and he does look scary coming to the ring in this time frame as well, doesn't he, Kane? He's very menacing. Like I think I'd genuinely be scared.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, Kane's not happy with China. Got her by the throat. Triple H makes the save. And now Kane gets Triple H by the throat.
He's goozled him and see you later.
Yeah. Big choke slam to Triple H. And now I think China's going to get what she deserves too. I mean, she's wearing less than Rhea Ripley right now, China. Choke slam to China.
Please tell me you didn't. I did not just hear that on the commentary.
Kane just drilled China.
No, did you not hear good old JR?
No, what did he say?
Feel like a man.
Oh, yeah. Kane's going to get X-Pac disqualified here.
Careful. Ooh,
oh, no, he's setting him up for double Broncos.
Couldn't say that these days. Oh, look, John Cena just popped in. Yeah, you got that. You got that reference.
And now Triple H and China are in the corners, and X-Pac's got his signature loaded up. And Mike Chioda gets in the ring. Who's he got a Bronco first?
Well, this has got to be the deciding factor.
It's the Bronco on Triple H. Boom, Bronco on China. And I mean, he came in quite hard then on a chin. Oh, Triple H is up into the pedigree.
I thought he only did one night in China.
It's the pedigree there for the 3 count. And that's the Triple H win. Big win on a pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
For Triple H, leading into this new corporation era. Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Triple H.
If you could reboot, start again, one like undercard wrestler from 1999 and bring him into present day, who would it be and why would it be X-Pac?
Ooh.
I mean, X-Pac's incredible, right? Just think about him in today's day and age. Like, imagine Finn Balor versus Prime X-Pac. AJ Styles versus Prime X-Pac. That's madness, isn't it, to think about?
Yeah.
Beautiful pedigree. Keeps the arms
clean.
And X-Pac doesn't do that stupid put one knee down thing. Really good. Really, really, really good. Oh.
The world's most dangerous man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
so what else happened this week in wrestling, Matt Burns, that you want to talk about? Is there anything else that's burning?
Well, at the moment, we keep skipping that topic that we've been trying to get onto for quite a bit.
Ah, yes, let's do that. So, weekend of wrestling locally in the UK this weekend. We had a couple of great nights, Friday and Saturday nights with United Wrestling Live. We did Friday night. We both worked in Abbey Alton, Stoke-on-Trent in the Midlands for United Wrestling. Both had some incredible matches. I know that you wrestled in the finals of a tournament, right?
Yep.
Got a big win there against Gavin Roach, friend of the channel, who we've had on as an interview previously. And he helped us with some predictions, actually.
He did, but he keeps complaining about knuckle dusters. I don't know what he's on about.
Listen, mate, we both know that you're a bit of a bugger for that. Let's not
lie. Listen, I wasn't holding them at the time. The referee had them.
That seems like a cop-out, and I think you know it.
No idea what you're on about.
As the ministry's music starts. And I had a fabulous match against a behemoth of a man, Jerry Jarvis, which was really good. We had a good time there as the Undertaker starts to come to the ring with Paul Bearer. Again, for anybody watching at home or listening at home, we're currently at WWF Backlash 1999. We're currently at 1 hour, 49 minutes and 28 seconds.
29, 30.
So you can keep up with us. Yeah, absolutely. So good win over Jerry Jarvis. I know you worked Gavin Roach in that final and got a win. And then on Saturday night, we were still with United Wrestling Live and moved on to Colwyn Bay, North Wales. We had a really good night on the Saturday there. I know you had a really hard-fought match against one Richard Lees, who runs the promotion, United Wrestling Live. I was the guest host for the night. I had mic duties, so I had a really good night. Do you know what? 3 hours of announcing, Matt Burns, genuinely harder than wrestling.
Takes out of you, doesn't it?
Absolutely shattered, mate. By the end of it, I was ready for bed when I got home. Anyway, after that long drive back from North Wales,
I can imagine, and I bet you had a bit of dry mouth as well because you're sitting there thinking, water.
Yeah, 1,000. Yeah, absolutely. I had a can of pop. But there was a bar on as well, which is really good. We're at Arias Park. Right, so we've got now here, Matt Bean, we've got The Undertaker and Ken Shamrock in the ring, right? Undertaker currently leading the Ministry of Darkness. We're going down this dark path. He's promised to take over the WWF, and it's all about Vince McMahon. And last month at WrestleMania 15, we made a symbol by hanging the Big Boss Man. And now we're taking on another member of the corporation, one Ken Shamrock. So this story is progressing. They fumbled this at the end, didn't they, with the higher power? But somebody may or may not have booked this or rebooked this. I think better than the original. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure they did because if I'm not mistaken, a certain alarm went off for it.
Absolutely. The banger alarm went off when I rebooked this. You can go back and find it in the archives. But also, I wrote it in blog form for the website. So you can get that on the burningtruthuk.com, the blog of my rebook of the Ministry of Darkness. And yeah, I think it's a lot better. So you can have a read of that at your leisure. Again, burningtruthuk.com.
Definitely want to check out because it was weird. Like you said, it did fizzle out. The idea was of it.
Yeah,
at the same time, I think it was because original plans didn't go accordingly.
Oh, big lariat by the Undertaker. Got some air there, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
We're also going to debut our new series soon, Matt Burns. We've been talking about it, haven't we? The What If series. And What If is basically a series where we, similar to the Marvel series of the same ilk, where we take an idea from wrestling or we take a moment in time from wrestling and we what if that happened slightly differently? What would have happened? And me and Matt Burns will both give our takes on how we think that would have played out differently from the moment. So it could be something as simple as, what if Shawn Michaels left the WWF at Survivor Series and not Bret Hart?
Oh,
yeah. What if Owen Hart had never sadly passed away?
What if The Undertaker never had the Undertaker gimmick?
Yeah, exactly. All those things. Absolutely all those things. So loads for us to get into there. And that series will be starting in the next few weeks on the channel. So again, if you're interested in that sort of thing, rebookings, what ifs, reimaginings, things like that, make sure you subscribe. Help us get to that 1,000 subscribers below. Give us a like as well. It's free to do. It's free, guys. May as well. And we'll love you forever.
You can't complain at the content that we do hanging out because the thing is, how much does it cost for the content to come
free
out?
To do, man. It's free to subscribe. It's free to like. So and share as well. That's really important. If you can do those three things for us, again, we'll love you forever. We're just here, loving wrestling, trying to have a good time.
Exactly, and that's what it's always been about. It's building a wrestling community.
Absolutely. Get your thoughts in the live chat if you're watching along with us. Interested in what you think about The Undertaker versus Ken Shamrock, Backlash 1999.
The Dead Man versus...
Ref watch Matt Burns. Who's that?
I'm just having a look because Earl Hebner.
Yeah, that's good old Earl Hebner.
For a minute, I thought you were going to say his friend. I thought you were going to say no, it's not him. It's his brother.
It's not Brian. It's not Brian Hebner. Brian was his son. Dave Hebner was his brother.
Yeah, I was expecting to say nope. It's Dave Hebner. I'm like, no.
No, Dave Hebner stopped reffing early 90s, actually, not long after the main event and the whole twin referee gimmick.
Probably because you got thrown out of the ring with such velocity.
Did a lot of other stuff for the company, and I think Earl loved it, to be fair. And yeah, it's sad to see Earl Hebner go when he did, or whatever controversy around selling merchandise, etc. that happened.
Yeah.
And Shamrock rolls over, rolls him up, and then into a leg lock. Very nice.
Clean knee bar.
Undertaker's loving that. And I love this ministry style Undertaker. Genuinely, I do. It's really clever. And this is before the Undertaker starts doing some of these MMA things that he was doing. So this style that Shamrock's wrestling, him and Undertaker probably would have had a really good match not 5 years later than this. That's
what I'm saying. Could you imagine it now?
Yeah, 5 years on, I think, roughly, is when Undertaker started messing about with his MMA stuff. And I just think, the match that they could have had at that point would have been fabulous. Not that this isn't a good match. It's just Ken Shamrock's very green here, and The Undertaker is still wrestling very much a powerhouse gimmick at this point, isn't he? Brawl / powerhouse.
But at the same time, I know a lot of people sit there saying, well, isn't he meant to be mystic and forceful and everything? But Taker still managed to make it look compelling.
The Undertaker was evolving at this point, wasn't he?
He was always evolving.
So I think in 12 months, he'll be back as the American Badass as well. It's crazy, isn't it? We go from classic Undertaker to Ministry of Darkness to American Badass in 3 years. Well, in 2 years, really.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you sit back and you're just like, really?
No. Shamrock in another submission on The Undertaker, keeping him off his base.
Yeah.
But The Undertaker's powerful, man. Shamrock, is he one of the biggest what-ifs in wrestling?
It's a little bit of a tough one to say.
Is it? Is it really? I don't think it's tough to say. I think, Shamrock's another one that if he'd come along maybe 5, 6 years later,
I still don't think he would have.
I do. Genuinely,
I don't.
If you put him in with, Kurt Angle, Benoit,
no, he'd be great wrestling them. Yeah. He just wouldn't be able to stay around long enough to pass the wellness policy.
This is also true.
That's the downside.
Hip toss, reversed, and into another knee bar on the other leg.
He's probably screaming, grab the other leg.
But that was the thing. He's doing the right thing here because he's trying to get Shamrock over.
Yeah.
And he's doing a bloody good job of it. Shamrock looks really good in this match. Again, if you're listening along with us, we are coming up to 1 hour, 58 minutes and 10, 11, 12 seconds, wherever you're watching. If you do want to watch longer, if you don't, that's fine too. We're just watching Undertaker versus Shamrock from Backlash 99. And I believe there's only this and one more match on this card. After this, It's time for Rock Austin, which is what we're all waiting for. You know what I mean?
Always.
Oh, big right hand from Shamrock there. Now coming out of the ring to the Undertaker, gives him a kick in the back of the leg. Really working on those knees. Shamrock putting his ankle on the steel steps, stamping on it. Very nice. Very nice. And do you know what? Underrated pay-per-view this. Genuinely, I'm going to ignore what the fan said. Underrated pay-per-view this overall, because we've watched, the majority of it now, Matt Baines, between this and the last stream. With 1.5 matches to go. Totally underrated pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I think a lot of what happened during the Vince Russo era is poo-pooed on. And rightly so in places. Because things are car crash TV, forgotten really quickly. Continuity is not a thing. But WrestleMania, I think they got the main event right, and I think they got the finish right. Even though it was overbooked, it was of the time. And this show, in its entirety, has been pretty strong.
The weird thing about it is, as much as I know Vince Russo gets a lot of crap and everything, but the thing is, you've got to take into account: is he getting it because of at the time, or is he getting it because of what come after?
Yeah. Now listen,
and bear this in mind, I wasn't the biggest fan after certain things that happened.
Yeah.
Right? But you've got to at least acknowledge he had some involvement during the good times during this. You have to.
Yeah. Listen, outside of the armbar's in, that's his finish. Outside of the the 6-man tag that started the match, that started the show, the 6-man tag with the Brood and the Ministry. He's finishing with the ankle lock. I misspoke there, sorry. Outside of that 6-man tag that opened the show, I think every match has been really good. I think the Boiler Room Brawl was probably a letdown for those in the audience, but
and the hardcore match.
Yeah, and the hardcore match, to be fair, but it was really good TV viewing. Watching at home, you wouldn't have been mad about that at all.
No. The weird thing about it is, but like I said, it all depends on when you look at it with the whole situation with Vince Russo.
Yeah.
Anybody can sit there and throw out the accusation, but the difference is Vince Russo at this time was going through a filter.
Yeah, 100%.
So bear in mind, later when he was in WCW, he wasn't filtered.
Yeah.
So it was more or less of throwing out whatever was there and seeing what sticks, which doesn't exactly always work.
Undertaker out of the ring again. Shamrock coming over and tries an axe handle. Gets caught by the Undertaker in a bear hug and then straight into that corner post. Back first into the ring post. Oof.
Now,
earlier, solid steel.
Earlier, you asked me about the whole Selena Vega.
Yes, I did, yeah. Selena Vega beat
Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green. Now, too soon.
You think they cut the legs out from her too soon?
Way too soon.
You think she'll win it back?
From what's been put out on X, people are actually speculating on if Chelsea Green's going to be resigning.
I just think that's ridiculous because they've built an entire gimmick around this title reign.
This is what I'm on about.
Waiting for Alba Fire and Piper Niven, who've pretty much found they were floundering beforehand and pretty much found their feet with her.
And now, I feel it's done them a disservice or service, simply because the reason why I think it is simply because, bear in mind, come to WrestleMania. Yeah, she's done really well. Not on WrestleMania.
Yeah, not good. Well,
not even well enough
on WrestleMania, but not even in like
a pre-show, a mention
with a celebrity or something. Do you know what I mean? Something. You know, I'm sure some kind of skit with a celebrity. It's WrestleMania after all. We have celebrities on, or a past wrestling. Some sort of skit would have gone down really well with Chelsea Green.
Yeah, they could have used it, but they didn't.
Did they have any females go in the Hall of Fame this time?
I believe they should have done.
I don't think
you got me now wondering now.
I don't think they did this year, actually.
Just looking into it now.
Just give me 2 seconds, Matt Beans.
Not a problem. Just trying to remember. I believe it. Yes, there was Michelle McCool. There we go. Got one. But anyway, let's get back to our backlash. We've got Taker in deep trouble. Shamrock is pretty much all over this with the knee bar and everything.
Did we get an answer on that, Matt Burns?
Yes, we did. Michelle McCool.
Oh, right, Michelle McCool. So they could have done something with Michelle McCool and Chelsea Green this year. Like, it didn't have to be a match. It could have literally been a skit. It could have been something in the ring where Michelle McCool comes out to announce the attendance for night 2, and Chelsea Green comes out and says, you know, I can't believe you're on the show and I'm not. You're past it, etc. And then Chelsea Green gets smacked around by Michelle McCool, and that's a good time, right? Maybe the secret Herbies come and help her, and we've booked Layla, and Layla and Michelle McCool do them over, and that's a nice moment for the show, right? I've just rebooked WrestleMania, and it was better than what we got.
What you just rebooked is the Austin coming out on ATV, taking out a fan.
Yeah. I've corrected that as well. I've course corrected WrestleMania, and I've saved insurance premiums. I mean, let's talk about that for a second. Austin had a drink, hadn't he? Because he couldn't even find the ramp on the way up, let alone once he was there.
Now, the actual fact that he's been pulled early for Chelsea Green, I feel as though, not clicking?
I think it was clicking.
It was? Was it just to try and get a cheap plug for Selena Vega?
I'll tell you what I do like, though. I do like that now we've got Piper Niven and Alba Fire sort of together as some sort of team. If Chelsea Green does leave WWE, I would hope they would continue.
I hope they do.
That'd be a nice tag reign. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. If they don't, then you've just done not just disservice to one person, you've done a disservice to 3.
If they don't, it's a missed opportunity, because I think they should do that anyway. Can you imagine Chelsea Green as US champ and them two as tag champs? Oh, great chop block there. You don't see many front chop blocks there. Ken Shamrock taking down The Undertaker. And I'm telling you, The Undertaker is making Ken Shamrock look really strong here when he doesn't have to. Hurricane Runner to The Undertaker.
Oh, on box. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Undertaker put Shamrock down. Sorry if I'm getting quiet from time to time, mate. I have just got myself a pizza.
Don't blame you. Don't blame you at all.
This is my tea.
Now,
or dinner from anyone that isn't from the north of England.
Yep. Now, the weird thing about it is, for me, right now, where did it go for Chelsea Green?
What do you mean? Where do they go next with it?
Where do we go next? If she isn't, do we put the title back onto it?
You would hope so. As Bradshaw comes to interfere with a baseball bat.
Causes enough of a distraction, is it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that was lovely. Choke slam into the armbar.
A flying arm bar.
Paul Bearer then distracted Ken Shamrock. Do you know what that reminded me of? Do you know we always think about the choke slam into the RKO counter?
Ooh.
From WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That was a better counter.
Because it's straight into a submission.
That was lovely. It was really clean. That
transition well.
The transition from the, oh my God.
Oh, no.
The transition from the choke slam into the armbar. And then, I mean, that was really nice there. Shamrock tried to tombstone the Undertaker. And that classic back roll into his own tombstone. And the Undertaker, yeah, I think JR summed it up perfectly there. The Undertaker wins the war. And it was a bit of, the Undertaker looks really strong there because of how good he made Ken Shamrock look.
Yeah.
That's that classic thing about making your opponent look really good, and it'll make you look really good if you go over.
But at the same time, bear in mind, he made Shamrock look more of a serious threat. The fact that Taker needed Bradshaw with a baseball bat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Finish him.
Bradshaw getting in now for Ken Shamrock.
Now, these two are hard hitters.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, these two would stick it in.
Ooh.
Oh, big power bomb.
Almost paid homage to that.
Yeah.
Over the weekend. Oh, that's something you don't see every day.
Choking him with the baseball bat.
Yeah.
Dastardly.
Evil.
But if you're going to choke out an MMA expert, you've got to do it with a weapon, otherwise it doesn't look legit, right?
Well, he's more like the counter. He's more like the counter. At least, you can bend a limb, you can't bend a baseball bat.
Again, if you're watching along with us and you're not sure where we are, clock just here in the corner, or in the center of the screen, rather, shows that we're currently watching. I mean, I think me and Matt Baines are both watching on Netflix, but we're currently at the 2-hour mark, 11 minutes and 16, 17, 18 seconds. Or you can just listen to us, watch it, and talk along. We're talking about lots of stuff, not just Backlash 99, but other shows as well. And we've got the hype package coming on now for Austin versus The Rock. The rematch for the WWF Championship.
Yeah. The wrestling highlights.
Austin doesn't like the belt. He wants that smoking skull belt. The Rock holding that belt. And it's funny, isn't it? Because when when Austin had his own belt, as soon as he lost the belt went back to being the classic belt. When Cena changes the belt, that thing sticks around for 10 years.
It becomes immortalized. So what's next?
Big show there. Turning on the corporation. I remember that like it was yesterday. They broke the Titantron.
I was right, wasn't I?
Yeah.
This is the one where he throws him in.
And so does the belt. Chucks the belt in. I remember watching this at the time we used to get Raw on a Friday night. Hello, gents. 12 match. Oh, sorry, Nick. We've got some comment coming in from John. Hi, John. Hello, gents. 12 matches in these pay-per-views. No, John, I don't think there was quite 12 matches on this. We had the 6-man tag with the Brood and the Ministry of Darkness. We had the hardcore match with Hardcore Holly versus Al Snow. We had the Godfather versus Gold Dust. The Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart versus the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. That was 4. Mankind versus the Big Show in a Boiler Room Brawl. That was 5. We had Triple H versus the X-Pac for 6. Undertaker versus Ken Shamrock for 7. And then Rock Austin for 8. So 8 matches in this pay-per-view, mate. But thanks for commenting. Make sure you subscribe.
There is a technicality here.
Oh, because of the pre-show, Sunday Night Heat.
Yes. Because they have 4 matches.
Yeah, we didn't watch that.
No, we didn't watch that. So it's essentially, as we said, 8.
Just watching the package here, we had Austin run over the hill with the monster truck. We've now got Austin and Rock fighting, where The Rock was going to bury Austin's championship and Austin's career.
Yeah.
And then Austin gets the smoking skull belt back until Shane McMahon hits him with a shovel. Boom.
Oosh.
So it's a rematch. Austin Rock. No holes barred. The Rock's got the smoking skull belt. Austin, WWF champion with the WWF championship. But it's all about for Austin. It's about giving him that belt. And yes, Matt Burns, that is Vince putting Stephanie in the car.
I'm just trying to see recognize the extras.
So Vince putting Stephanie safe in that limo. That limo is going to drive away with Vince after the main event.
No after effect.
Just put a pin in that for now, because that's going to be important later.
Will it?
Shane McMahon. Good villain at this time, Shane McMahon, because I believed him as the, cocky, rich son.
Acting chairman. Acting chairman. I like that. The heir apparent and apparently is heard.
Go back to this point, though, Matt Burns. 1999, April, May. There is no way, pun intended, there is no chance in hell you would have thought we'd have got to this point and Triple H would have been leading the company creatively and Shane McMahon wouldn't have been in sight. Madness.
Scary, isn't it?
Madness. Here comes The Rock.
And the fact that The Rock's on the board.
Yeah, that guy is on the board of directors.
That's what I mean. What is it with The Rock carrying out belts when he's not the champion?
It's a lovely belt, though. It's one I wouldn't mind adding to my collection. Just lost a bit of pizza down myself.
Okay.
Don't all laugh at once.
We're not. Shane holding up the ropes like, yeah, come on, Rock, come on, Rock. Rock goes, I've got to do my pose.
Rock on the second rope as he enters this match.
With his unique boots.
Do you know what? Genuinely, I love those boots. What Shane telling the wait till he gets to the ring and then take this to my office. Very naughty, Shane. It's the sort of thing that might get you a smack bum. It's time for that glass to shatter. Here he comes. As we hit 2 hours, 18 minutes and 53, 54, 55 seconds on the watch along. Here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin, the WWF champion. Put my t-shirt on. No time for the big entrance. No time to take his ring vest off. It's just time to brawl with The Rock.
When you look back at the Attitude Era right now,
yeah,
it feels like that this lasted forever. The Rock and Austin. But when you actually look back at how long it was, you go, really?
Absolutely. Seemed much longer than it was.
Yeah.
Now, we talked on the last watch along, Matt Burns, about how, well, I convinced you, actually. I showed my work and I convinced you, and I think we're agreed now, that the Rock Austin match for WrestleMania 15 is superior not only to the WrestleMania 19 match, but also the WrestleMania 17 match as well, due to the finish. Now, I'm also going to tell you that this sequel to the original match, Backlash 99, this is better than the WrestleMania match. This is the forgotten Rock Austin gem match. In fact, I think they had 5 singles matches as main eventers. So forget what they had for the Intercontinental title previously.
Yeah.
They had 5 matches as main eventers. And of the 5, this is probably my favorite. There was a cage match on Monday Night Raw, which was very good. The Raw after Mania 17, which was the cage match, which was very good. But again, funny finish because it had Triple H joining Steve Austin as the 2-man power trip.
Yeah.
And this one, though, is fabulous. Really, really good finish on this. It's him with a fire extinguisher. It's no old guard, remember? Anything goes.
Was The Rock 26 at this time?
Pardon?
Was The Rock 26 at this time?
Yeah, he'd have been very young at this time, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Look at the level.
If you think that's scary, though, right? How long had X-Pac been in the company at this point? 5 years? Since the 1, 2, 3 kid with Razor Ramon?
It's more than that.
Because it's this is a stat. Wait till I give you this.
This is an interesting Scott statistic.
Yeah, you're getting a Scott statistic here. So, began his career in 1993, so 6 years before this, right? Like I said. And at this point, in 1999...
Go on.
You're not ready for this, Mark Burns, I'm telling you. He'd have been 21 years old when he debuted. And 27 years old on here. Now, X-Pac is out of WWF by 2003, which is 4 years later, which means X-Pac had his last WWF match at 31 years old. True story.
That's scary.
In fact, it was 2002 he finished, so he would have been younger than that. 99. He was 30, maybe 31 when he had his last match. with WWF. Madness, utter madness. So I know you say The Rock's 24 at this point, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
Some of them are so young. But again, in this day, remember, if you said somebody was in their 40s, that was old. And now we've got AJ Styles, who's, I mean, I don't know how old AJ Styles is now, but nobody wants him to retire. And he's older now than Hogan was when he was in the NWO and we were calling him old.
He's 47.
AJ Styles is 47 years old, yeah. Randy Orton, 45. Older than Hogan was when he formed the NWO, and we thought he was old then.
Wow.
If Austin gets disqualified, he will lose the title. Did you hear that? An extra layer of storytelling in this match as well.
You ready for that?
Yeah, so Hogan would have been 43 when he formed the NWO.
Right.
And we thought he was old then.
How old?
AJ Styles at 47. Go on.
How old?
Yeah.
Is John Cena?
Is John Cena?
How old is John Cena?
I mean, 44. Younger than AJ Styles, I would say. Yeah. AJ Styles 47. I would say he's younger than AJ Styles.
He's older.
Really? That surprises me. How old's Cena then?
48.
Oh, wow. Fair dues.
And do you want to shock me even more?
What?
Cody Rhodes.
Oh, well, I know Cody Rhodes is not quite as old as Cena, but I know he's in his 40s, certainly.
Close.
How old's Cody Rhodes?
He is 39.
No, he's older than that.
Nope. He is 39.
I'm Googling that because I don't believe you, matter of fact.
Look it up. And what shocked me is his birthday as well.
June 30th, 1985.
So close to mine as well.
Why, are you 1985 as well?
87.
Ah, okay.
I'm 87 and one day off. Not saying which day.
And look at what he's achieved in his life, Matt Burns. What's your excuse?
I'm blaming you. Nah. I think I already blamed Vince Russo.
Yes. Listen, he's a very special bloke, Cody Rhodes. We know that, don't we?
Yeah, it's Cody Rhodes. Come on.
Done amazing things in his life. As have many of the other talents, you have to be the best of the best to get there. So anybody that makes it to WWE.
You have to wait. As one person said, you have to be the cream of the crop.
Ooh, yeah, the cream of the crop. Austin and Rock still resting in the guard in the entrance way. Austin just gave Rock a really hard clothesline on the concrete.
That's not an easy bump either.
And now a body
boom. Now, the scary thing about it is right now, there's a man. Would the modern wrestling right today do this?
I mean, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, right? But other than that, no.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you watch one of our reaction videos, oh my God, you might see.
I mean, current WWE.
No, you can't. This one's happening. Current WWE.
No.
I think we forget how good Austin was,
Everyone says he was just character work. He just was character work. No, he wasn't.
I mean, he was a lot better before the neck injury, and he adapted his style really well to cope with that neck injury. But even so, I mean, what a performer in terms of entertainment value. Oh, and Shane pushes Austin. Austin gets disqualified. He'll lose the title, which means that he can't put his hands on the official.
Air Rock.
Air Rock. And now they're back outside the ring again. Austin with clothesline off the apron onto the Rock now. He's on the outside. And he starts to unpack the Spanish announce table. And do you know what, Matt Baines, while we're talking about it, these new announce tables that we've had on Raw and SmackDown, etc., I never, ever thought we were going to get another Spanish announce table bump. And then at WrestleMania, we made it happen, and I was loving it.
Especially with them unique desks.
Yeah, Reigns put them through both, didn't it? CM Punk went through one, and Seth Rollins went through the other.
Wow, it got repackaged up for a night or two and got put through again. Courtesy of Bron Breakker.
Absolutely.
You got the Rock looking
This is
down.
my favourite part of the match now, Matt Baines.
Oh, I know what's coming.
As we get to 2 hours and 29 minutes and 26.
I believe I know what's coming.
28 seconds. This is my favourite part of the match. This portrays the Rock character perfectly. Overconfident. The Rock on commentary now. Jerry Lawler's cool. The Rock can speak Spanish so fluently.
I'm just wondering if the other moment is coming up.
Yeah.
He's fighting back. He's fighting. No.
So I think the actual concept here is that the Rock can use the Rock can't be disqualified, but Austin can. And if Austin loses the match, then
disqualification, he loses the belt.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the.
Yeah, I remember. "26-year-old challenger." Rock was the youngest champion
up to this point,
for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Do you know who Orton broke one of the records first?
Yeah, it was Brock Lesnar first, wasn't it? And then Orton.
Was it? I thought it was the other way around.
No, Brock was the champ first. So Orton didn't win the title until Brock had left the company in 2004. So Brock left the company WrestleMania 20, that was 2004. And then Orton won the title from Benoit at SummerSlam 2004 to become the youngest. You can have that on me.
You got me thinking now. Was he the youngest champion now?
Brock was, yeah. And then Orton was the youngest, but he was the world heavyweight champion. So although he was the youngest champion, he was the youngest world heavyweight. And this is the moment, Matt Baines, as we hit 2 hours, 32 minutes and 3, 4, 5 seconds. The Rock's grabbing that camera. The Rock's cam. And if this is a planned spot, it's the best planned spot I've ever seen.
Yeah. Definitely. It's just beautifully timed. Boom.
Oh, shit.
Boom.
To the table, almost.
However, do you know what the youngest champion overall is? Ever?
The youngest. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. It's the little kid that won the tag titles with Braun Strowman at WrestleMania that year. Do you remember that? I can't remember his name. But it was a kid. Nicholas, yeah, wow.
Do you know how old he was?
No.
Top what bit in that record?
Like
He was
11.
10.
10. Yeah, respect.
He was 10. Right. Do you know who's in second place?
Austin Theory being the US champion.
Younger
Because
than
he's
Theory.
very young, isn't he? Austin Theory's very young.
No. Younger than Theory he was at the time.
Go on then.
World Tag Team Championship. He was 19 years and 6 months.
Rene Dupree.
Yeah.
Rock bottom. So Austin inadvertently knocks over Shane McMahon, and then The Rock hits the rock bottom on Steve Austin.
Denied.
And Austin kicks out, got a shoulder up. The Boy Wonder, can't believe it. I like that he called him the Boy Wonder. What do we think of the match so far then, Matt Baines? We're about
Oh, it's entertaining.
we're coming up to the final sort of finish now.
Yeah.
It's a good one, isn't it? It's underrated, certainly better than the WrestleMania 15.
Oh,
match.
massively.
And now here's Shane lining up that belt for Austin.
Here we go. He's lined up.
Whoop! Austin ducks, and Shane takes out The Rock. 2. Gives him the birds. And this is a nice moment now.
Yep.
Vince and Shane arguing about the smoking skull belt. And
Bonk.
nails Shane and falls over.
Oh, no. You know he swung that hard. The fact that he went over.
And The Rock hits Austin with the belt. Rock goes for the cover, but we've got no ref now. In comes Earl. 2, 3. Oh, Austin kicks out.
It's weird because it's like, right now, when you look back, you're like, Rock and Austin.
Stunner.
And then you got like Vince and Austin.
With the belt. I like that. The stunner, and then it's in with the belt. 1, 2, 3, and Austin wins. And foreshadowing what would happen later, with Austin and Vince. But in a very different way. This is where the higher power thing doesn't make any sense, though, right?
Yeah.
So Vince has helped Austin remain champion.
But Vince is at least he's giving him the
gives him the smoking skull belt. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You can see the look of disdain on his face.
So Vince can just get in the limo and drive off now, can't he?
Yeah. Nothing can go wrong.
No. Stephanie's waiting for him. Happy days. Talking to them coppers.
Yeah. Minding their own business.
Oh, here comes the ministry. Go, 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 go. Wait for my dad, driver. And if that isn't the most attitude error end to a pay-per-view ever, Undertaker driving the limo. Where to, Stephanie?
What is it with Taker and limousines?
Yeah,
He's always got a good one-liner. Because you got where to, Stephanie? Right.
While that's going on, Austin's here drinking his Steve Weisers, and Vince has no idea. So imagine the next night on Raw, we have the wedding with Stephanie McMahon, the Black Wedding.
Which makes it even more weirder for the higher power.
Yeah. Because Austin comes out to save Stephanie.
That's what I mean. It's like, what?
There's a moment in time. If that reveal was different, right now the story's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it's convoluted and it's ridiculous, but it's very of the time of the Attitude Era, and you can't rate something by today's standards. You can only rate it by the standards of the time. And at the time, listen, Ministry of Darkness, Undertaker.
Yeah,
made
I agree with that. But as I was saying to you earlier, as it just decides to go off right now.
Yeah, that was great. I'll just press pause on our clock. Thanks for watching along with us.
Yeah. One thing I did notice straight away is Taker's always got a great one-liner whenever he's in a limousine, because you've got where to, Stephanie. And then you got also the other one, buckle up, Teddy.
Yeah, buckle up, Teddy.
Do you know what I mean? He's always had a good one-line. It's like...
Yeah, quality. Absolutely quality. Come on, then. Let's talk about Backlash then. So let's just run through what we've watched. We watched the
Ministry of Darkness
tag. Yeah, Ministry of Darkness, Bradshaw, Farouk, and Midian versus the Brood, Christian Edge, and Gangrel. How do we feel about that?
Lukewarm startup.
Yeah, it got way too much time for me, and I think it got way too much time for what it was, and it didn't have to be the opener. That could have been the popcorn match. When I look at it now, I'm a bit disappointed that we got the Undertaker and Ken Shamrock straight before Austin and The Rock, because they were both excellent matches. That Undertaker and Ken Shamrock match could have been earlier in the card, and then we could have had a bit more rise and fall. I'd have been tempted on this show probably to have opened with Triple H and X-Pac.
You know what? That's a good call. That's a good call.
I just think that would have been a much smarter way.
If you think about it, it's a backlash of Triple H turning these back on his friends.
Yeah. I do. I think that would have been a much smarter way to go.
Yeah.
We also had Al Snow with Head against Hardcore Holly for the Hardcore Championship. How do we feel about this one?
I thought that was right. Watching it at home, really good, really funny, and ahead of past of its time.
Yeah.
As a fan in the arena, I'm watching on a screen. Why am I watching on a screen?
That would have done me head in. Absolutely done me head in. But then, do you know what? I was thinking about this after, because I think I said that on Monday to you. You said it to me. And then we fast forward to now, and I think to myself, when I went to watch Clash at the Castle at the Principality, for example, in Wales, that first Clash at the Castle show, I watched a lot of it through a screen because I was that far away, So, I get it. It would have been better if the action was in the arena for you to feel.
But can you imagine if you paid like the money that we're paying now for front row seats, like $3,000 or something, and all of a sudden they're going into the back.
Do you know what? I'll add another level to this, right? Nobody bought tickets for that show to watch Al Snow versus Hardcore Holly. So I suppose that's the other side of it, right? I'm not throwing shade on those guys. Just like, let's be fair. People bought tickets to this event to see Stone Cold Steve Austin. There was only one person you were buying tickets to see in this.
Austin and Rock.
Yeah. Well, this is before Rock's ascent. People are paying tickets for Austin at this point. In 12 months, we're paying for Austin and Rock. But right now, we're paying for tickets for Austin. That is what we're doing. We had the Godfather and Goldust with the Blue Meanie.
Yeah.
That was the Intercontinental Championship match.
I thought that was an interesting matchup.
Yeah, it was only short, which was probably a blessing, because I don't think Godfather at that time was, ever going to give us a 20-minute classic. Goldust, quality worker, obviously had his demons over time. And the thing is with Dustin Rhodes is he's got better over time, right? So as he got older, he's got a hell of a lot better.
He's become like a fine wine.
Yeah, he just keeps getting better. Absolutely.
And I think he said that best himself. The fact is, as the years has gone on, it's sort of, you can sit there and say my body's not as good and everything, but his mind and the way he does things, it's just on a different level.
Absolutely. After that, we got the New Age Outlaws versus Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart. This was a number one contenders match on a pay-per-view. Hate that. I actually hate that. Number one contenders on a pay-per-view.
I'm fine with it as long as the
That's what TVs are for.
I'm fine with it as long as the tag champs are on the show.
Well, one half of them were, and that brings us to another match later in the show. But nice to see Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart, quality workers, New Age Outlaws, my favorite tag team of all time. This was tick, tick, tick for me. Really enjoyed the match. It should have been for the tag titles, is my honest opinion.
Should be.
Mankind and Big Show, Boiler Room Brawl. Thoughts on that?
Unique because it added a unique spin to Mankind.
Yeah. The second Boiler Room Brawl. You had a previous one with The Undertaker.
Yeah. It did add a unique effect to him.
Yeah.
Which was really, really interesting. But you know that the one that he did with Take was the more prominent one.
Yeah.
But I think they were able to do certain things that allowed Mankind to have an advantage on Big Show.
Yeah. I think they did Mankind versus Big Show Boiler Room Brawl, so they didn't have to do another hardcore street fight in the arena when they've already got the hardcore title and Austin versus Rock later in the night, haven't they?
Yeah, and it's too much for the arena and for the building because it's like once you've gone through smashing through most of the setup, what have you got there for the main event?
After that, we had Triple H with China defeating X-Pac in a singles match.
Yep.
Perfectly acceptable wrestling. Probably, one of the three last matches on the card are the three best matches on the card, and this one was really good, right?
Yeah, and early when you said you'd use this as the opening, now that's not diminishing it at all. Because the first opening match,
that's actually me putting it in a more prominent spot.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Genuinely. It's a more predominant spot. It's standout. That would have proper got the people up and ready for it.
I agree wholeheartedly. The only
Undertaker with Paul Bearer, against Ken Shamrock.
Do you know what? This caught me off guard. I don't remember this being as good as it was previous. As good as it was when we watched it. I think the Ken Shamrock stuff's aged really well in this. The reverse from the choke slam into the armbar was sweet, and all the different little transitions he did into knee bars and things like that I thought were really, really cool. Undertaker made Shamrock look really good in this when he didn't have to.
Yeah.
For me, this was
really
well thought out.
It was well planned.
Yeah. Well, if you think about the Undertaker's match at the last pay-per-view, WrestleMania, the Hell in a Cell with the Big Boss Man, this was a far superior match.
Yeah.
Just in terms of work, story told, and then, after finishing Shamrock off with the tombstone, Bradshaw gets in the ring and just finishes him off with that bat, putting the submission on him like the sleeper with the bat. So, perfectly acceptable. Really good, actually. And then finally, we ended up with Austin and The Rock, which had Shane McMahon as a special ref. It was all about Austin trying to get the Smoking Skull title back. And it was really clever, actually, because although Austin's the champion, he's still on the chase.
He's still on the chase, but his championship version.
And Austin's always been better on the chase. So I was really, I really like this part of the story. I also think, I said it earlier on, but I think this is the forgotten classic of Rock and Austin. I think this is probably their best singles match. Although it's very attitude era again, and it's very brawly, as all of them are. But I think this is their best match.
I at one point made the mistake of thinking that what they did at Backlash, they did it to WrestleMania once.
No,
it's that good. It's that good. You think it's a WrestleMania, but it's not. It's a Backlash.
And we've got all the other nonsense with the Undertaker and the Vince McMahon angle and maybe the higher power and Stephanie McMahon, and it doesn't necessarily take away, but it's very of the time, I think.
Yeah.
So overall, I think this is a quality show. I would give this 3 bangers quite happily.
100%. And what I'm going to say to you right now is the fact that with it is bear in mind that after, do you know what the next event was?
No, not off the top of my head. I imagine it was a UK. They normally did a UK tour at this time, didn't they?
Oh,
but I don't know
yes.
if we were doing. I don't know if we were doing Insurrection and Rebellion and that sort of thing yet. So I'm not sure.
Rebellion. I'm just trying to look into it now. Rebellion was 1999, but it was much later.
Yeah.
The weird thing about it. No. The weird thing about it is right now for me is the actual event was the UK first, but then is now officially on the books.
Oh, right. I know what this says then. So this is No Mercy. Funnily enough, Matt Burns, they did two No Mercies in 1999. The first one was a UK specific pay-per-view. Nothing exciting happened other than Jacqueline got her drugs out. And then the next, so I know what the next pay-per-view is now. The next pay-per-view is the Darkest Day in Professional Wrestling, and we won't be able to watch that back because it's Over the Edge 99. So we won't be able to watch that one back on the channel. What we might do though is just because it was the night of Owen Hart. So what we might do is just give a bit of a review on that one, and then we can we'll come back to King of the Ring, which was June. So and both quality events, other than obviously the saddest day in wrestling, probably Over the Edge 99.
You might be shocked at this.
What?
It's there.
I didn't believe it.
I'm looking at it right now.
Over the Edge 99 or 98?
Both.
There's no way Over the Edge 99 is
genuinely, it's just shocked me myself.
Well, I'm going to have to give this a Google, Matt Burns, because that's madness.
I've literally just put it up on Netflix. I'm looking at it right now. I'm even going to give it a test play.
Oh, and they've got the thing on beforehand.
Yeah. I did not expect that. And I'm sure that you didn't either.
And they cut out the whole bit. So they cut out even the backstage promo with Jeff Jarrett beforehand.
Yeah.
They cut out the whole thing, and rightly so. Oh, well,
yeah.
We will do that then, Matt Burns, but we'll do it in tribute to the late, great Owen Hart, because I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And 100%. On that somber note, that probably brings us to a close on this watch-along and this episode of The Burning Truth.
Oh, which is going to be fun putting it together.
Yeah.
But it might take a bit of time. I will apologize just in advance, just in case.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us on this. Obviously, Monday when we started recording, I wasn't feeling too great. So hands up, this is my fault. But so we're sorry the podcast will come out late this week. But if you've been watching live, thanks for watching. And again, if you can help us get to 1,000 subscribers just below on YouTube, that's what we're looking to do. So please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share it with your friends.
Show us some love.
Hey, yeah, show us some love. It costs nothing to do. It's free to do. So please help us out and make a couple of guys' dreams come true.
Love it. But anyway, most importantly, as we just said, because we're trying to reach that 1,000 subscribers. But honestly, until next time, stay fired up, stay passionate, and remember DFTBA, which in case you didn't know what it means don't forget to be awesome.
www.theburningtruthuk.com